versus Ohio State. Today we will be discussing college football and more college football. As we take a look at Will Howard here, he's second in completion percentage, third in pass efficiency, eighth in total TDs. He is phenomenal.
Okay. Buckeyes offense.
All right. So Indiana and Ohio State.
What time are you at right now?
It's at 14:55 in the first quarter. They're about to take their first snap.
For the game?
Yeah, the game's already started for me.
I've had it where they've gotten 2 snaps already.
Oh, man.
Are you behind? Maybe
we're a bit behind. I'll catch up.
Takes a snap. Stopped.
So for this Buckeyes offense, it's Travion Henderson, Emeka Egbuka, Jeremiah Smith, Quentin Jenkins.
Let me get my remote real quick. Go out and go back in so I can change the time. I wish every game we did was on ESPN.
I know.
Okay, let me change the channel and go back to it.
All right, so right now they're showing the replay of the third down, at least on my screen. I think hopefully I'll catch up.
Oh, on the third down? Okay.
Emeka Egbuka just made the catch. Hoosiers made the stop. And so for me, Ohio State's about to punt. And now they punt. Okay, so Indiana will field it. And he'll get out of bounds at the 30. So here comes Curtis Rourke. Here comes Curtis Rourke and Elijah Surratt. They've won 12. He's won in 12 consecutive starts. Which is the second longest streak in college football. So if you're not familiar with Curtis Rourke and Elijah Surratt, you hopefully will be after today's game. One thing you need to know about Curtis Rourke, he's not very turnover prone. He does a good job taking care of the ball. I believe he only has 4 interceptions on the year.
That should have been offsides. That was very early jump. SMU and Virginia, Wake Forest versus Miami, Ole Miss versus Florida, Illinois versus Rutgers, and currently Indiana. I might go upstairs real quick to use my computer so I can get it timed up for us.
Well, I'll talk about Caleb Downs, who's probably the best safety in college football. He is really, really good at his pursuit and him knowing the situations. But I think Elijah Surratt, like I talked about before, for Indiana is definitely their number 1 receiver.
And this Indiana team's looked really good all year.
And we know about Curtis Rourke. He took a shot, but he couldn't connect with.
We got a comment, Brian. We got a comment.
And Andrea Bender says hello. What's up?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, whoever is watching this live podcast or broadcast. Right now, if you're just joining us, this is Indiana versus Ohio State.
We are talking about college football and football.
Okay.
What happened? Now I'm upstairs trying to change.
They just got the first down for Indiana. That's the thing. If you look at Indiana's schedule, they haven't really played anybody. They haven't really played anybody good. They've had a couple games. Like they beat Washington by 14. They beat Michigan by 5. They destroyed Michigan State by 37. They've had some good wins, but they haven't played a top 15, not even a top 25 team this year. And now they have to jump playing the number 2 ranked Buckeyes. So
21 by 5 Michigan,
that's always challenging. But for the Buckeyes defense, it's Jack Sawyer and it's Caleb Downs. And don't forget about Sonny Styles. He's got, I believe, think 2 INTs this year, or no, and maybe 4. It's either 2 or 4. But Caleb Downs, best safety in college football. You can talk about Malachi Moore for Alabama, but I still think it's Caleb.
That's gonna be. Did you see that PI?
Oh, that is a PI.
Are you watching the replay, or is it just?
Nah, I think you're ahead of me.
Now, one thing I don't like about this is that you can't pause on my spectrum. Hello, 3 viewers. Today we will be talking about every time someone joins, they're just going to tell them.
Everyone's under, they disappear.
We are talking about college football, and we are doing play-by-play for the Ohio State and Indiana game. Now, leave a comment. Who you think is going to win this game?
I think it'll be Ohio State.
Indiana starting off with a nice, decent start. Takes a snap, running to the left side. 3-yard pickup. Since you're behind, I'll let you do play-by-play, and I'll be quiet.
Yeah. For like the first quarter, or for?
Yeah, you can do the first quarter if you want.
I'll think about if I want to do. I might do a little bit, and then I might just kind of talk about some stuff.
I love doing play-by-play.
Yeah, well, I think Indiana's run game. They've got 2 running backs who each have 9 TDs on the year.
Jeez. 9?
Yeah.
Runs it, and they're only going to get another 2-yard pickup here. Oh my goodness. I honestly have Ohio State winning, but I do want Indiana to win. I just don't like Ohio State personally.
So you hope Curtis Rourke can lead the Hoosiers to the promised land.
Now, if they win this game, they're automatically top 3.
Yo, for sure. They're probably number 2 in the country if they win this game. Easily top 3.
What a pass. Curtis Rucker for a nice 15-yard pickup. Caught by number.
Oh, wow. Big play.
I'm going to look at their jersey numbers so I can tell you who they are. Because, of course, I'm a guy who just, like, if I pick one team, I'm only focused on that team. So I really don't.
There's Elijah Surratt. That's who we were talking about at the beginning of this. That's going to be the guy.
Dude, I keep trying to
All right, here we go. So first down.
Nice pickup for second down.
So it's a little handoff. He gets maybe 5.
Yeah. Maybe 4 the best. Let's see.
But the Ohio State red zone defense has been great. They've only allowed 7 TDs, which is the best in FBS. 5 field goals on 23 drives. If you watch the Penn State game last week, I believe, they had a 4 down, like a goal line stand. That was crazy. That basically won them the game.
Tyson Lawson.
Tyson Lawson.
What's his running back's name? Oh, Malik Karma. His name is Malik.
And then Ellison is the other running back for the Hoosiers.
Now, his name is Mike Ali Karma. The running back for Indiana. No, Elijah. Who's this running back? Elijah Green. No. Who's this running back right now?
Can you pause it for like 3 seconds?
I think if I refresh it real quick.
So here we go. 3rd and 2. They give it to Ellison. He gets the first down. I'm just real surprised with how good Indiana's been. Like, all year. Like, they have made quick work of almost every opponent that they have played. Okay, here we go. First and goal. That one is incomplete. Uh-oh.
It's going to be pass interference.
That's a PI, yeah.
That's tugging on his jersey. That's illegal. Oh, I think we got a comment, Bryce.
Big fan. Why did you comment that? How did you do that?
I'm watching on my computer.
Oh, I was gonna say, how did you comment on your own broadcast? Your own thing.
What?
You're a big fan of Indiana, Chase?
Yes. I
Big-
watched their game when they won 77-3 against Western Leathern.
Okay. Indiana drives right down
Touchdown,
the field.
Indiana, Tyson Lawson.
Tyson Lawson.
Lawson?
Tyson Lawson.
Uh,
And so here's the thing. A lot of Indiana's TDs so far this year have been rushing TDs.
His 10th touchdown of the year. Wow. 10th rushing touchdown of the year, the 5'9" senior.
So Indiana, I think, is a pretty balanced team as far as if they rush the ball, if they pass the ball. And so because of that, they punch it right in 7-0 Hoosiers.
I think we're exactly on.
I think we are too.
That's what.
Okay,
No,
so now
the crazy thing is, yesterday I had it exactly locked up, exactly on time for us. Like yesterday, it was no joke. That I forgot, but so right now, Justin Ellison is currently leading the charge with 5 carries and 15 yards, with 3 yards per carry here. His longest is 4 yards. Curtis Ruckert went 2 of 3 with 32 passing yards that drive to start off, Indiana's drive, the Hoovers. What a start for Indiana here. I want them to win. His team, if they win, they will become a contender for sure, honestly. That defense, Ohio State, they did make a few mistakes, having 2 penalties on the defense right there. Crucial plays right there to let Indiana extend the drive and go down this field and score the first touchdown of the game in the first.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
There you go. How's it going?
Well, I want to talk about Curtis Rourke, and I think he's really been the guy who's led the charge, obviously, as the quarterback. He's thrown for over 2,400 yards this year. He's also thrown for 21 TDs and just 4 interceptions.
Oh, that's really good.
That's a great ratio, especially for a quarterback. He's consistent. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. I've seen, take a guy like Andrew Johnson for Kansas State, for example. He's had games where he's thrown 3 INTs. Curtis Rourke's only thrown 4, and he's thrown for 21 TDs, and he's completed over 71% of his passes. So he's been great. He really has. As far as rushing the ball, like I said earlier, both Justice Ellison and Tyson Lawson each have 9 TDs. Now, Justice Ellison has had slightly more yards. He's had 686. Ted Lawson's 508. But a balanced passing and rushing attack. And then if you look at their receiving core, I already talked about Elijah Surratt.
Yeah,
685 yards receiving for
18.
6 TDs. He had a 71-yard play this year. That's his longest. 18 yards a catch, 38 receptions. So that's a little bit about this Indiana offense. Now, as far as this Indiana defense, it's Aiden Fisher, who's the best player. The linebacker with 37 total tackles, 98 total tackles, and 61 assisted tackles. He's got a sack and a half. He has been their leader on defense, for sure. And then if we look at interception-wise, looks to me like Amari Farrell, if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm not sure. Amari Farrell with 4 INTs. I know we talked about him earlier, but this Indiana defense has played well. They have played well for most of the year. We'll see if that continues against Will Howard and this stacked Buckeyes receiving core.
Now here comes Ohio State with Will Howard. Led behind Will Howard, who has had a pretty nice year, leading this team 9-1. Is it, or is it 9-1?
9-1.
9-1. They're only lost to number 1 Oregon. Their team right now on defense, Denzel Burke leads the defense in interceptions. Leading the receiving yards is Jeremiah Smith with 865 yards. And at rushing yards, your running back here, Quinshawn Jenkins with 723 rushing yards. That's a pretty good backfield right there.
Yeah, Quinshawn Jenkins is a really good back. But you can't. But I think the main thing for this Buckeyes team is their receiving core. You've got Carnell Tate. You've got Jeremiah Smith. You've got all those guys who can step up and make big plays, make big receptions down the field. So watch out for the freshman, for Jeremiah Smith. He's the real deal.
Yeah, you got Emeka.
Emeka Ibuka. You got Emeka Ibuka, Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and that stacked receiving core.
He's a nice fit with them right now. They both, him and Jeremiah, do have the same amount of receptions, but it also proves how good Jeremiah Smith is. He has 200 yards against Emeka. How do you say his name?
Emeka Ibuka, yeah.
Emeka Ibuka. He has over 200 yards on him with the same amount of receptions at 49. His longest is 68 yards. He has 8 touchdowns for the year. That's really good. Him and Jeremiah Smith will be threats in this game, in the passing game here.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at Will Howard right now and his over 2,400 pass yards. Again, 24 TDs and just 5 interceptions. He's had a real nice year. And then we talk about the 1-2 punch at running back. You've got Quinshawn Jenkins, and then you've got TreVeyon Henderson. Jenkins with 8 TDs, Henderson with 5 TDs, each with over 600 yards rushing. It's a real solid chase. You talked about Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Ibuka, Carnell Tate, all those guys racking up the TDs for the receiving core.
I think Will Howard will have a good game here. In that first drive, it was pretty small, but he went 2 for 2 with 5 yards. I think he will do pretty good with this team here for the game. Ohio State has been arguably the best. Justin Fields at the game, of course.
Oh, yeah, it's Justin Fields. Yeah.
At the game, that man led them in 2020 where they lost in the. I don't remember, but here's the offense here. Jenkins in the back, Tate in there, Smith, of course, and their tight end.
Okay, well, Indiana moved it right down the field. Like you said, those penalties helped that drive.
Pass to number 2, who is who?
That's Emeka Ibuka.
Ibuka for the catch, but loses 1 yard on the screen a little bit. That was good defense right there. Read that perfectly, knew what was happening, and he was on it. Jay Walker. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The interesting thing about Indiana, they have had several players transferring from James Madison.
James Madison was doing pretty good last year.
Yeah. There goes Carnell Tate.
All right. Yeah, Carnell Tate with the catch. Tate currently has 31 receptions for the year, 457 yards. Pretty solid year for him right there. Will Howard snap. 4 for 4 this game already. And then TreVeyon Henderson in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looking. Caught. That would be Jenkins with the nice grab to pick up the first down.
Yeah.
First down of the game, I think. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Can you pause it for like 2 seconds?
I can wait for a second.
Yeah. Well, Joe Cladd just said Travion Henderson and Quentin Junkins probably makes them the best backfield in the country. I mean, those two guys are some dangerous players.
My goodness. 89 carries, 662 yards, 7.4 yards average, as long as his 53 yards. He has 5 total rushing touchdowns, or 5 total touchdowns this year. You know, he's actually doing really good with the less amount of attempts. Well, wow.
You said that was Jenkins, right?
Quayshawn Jenkins and Trayvon Henderson. So honestly, Trayvon Henderson, man, he's looked really good. Honestly, less than 100 yards separating him and Junkin. Junkin has 121 carries, while Trayvon has 89. So I think currently Henderson looks better, averaging 7.4 yards, also 662. You give them both the same amount of snaps, I think Henderson could be better.
I think hasn't Henderson gotten more snaps?
Trayvon Henderson. Is that him? Yeah, right. Trayvon Henderson with the 7-yard, 8-yard pickup. His first attempt at this game, right?
Yep, they're gonna hand it off, and there he goes.
I need to wait for a few seconds. Let me try to see. Man, my voice, man, it's not looking good so far right now. Every time I try to speak, it's gonna go every second.
Well, we'll see if Ohio State can respond on this drive.
And it's caught.
2nd and 3.
Jeremiah Smith. Well, he's Jeremiah Smith, number 17, right?
Okay. So no, Jeremiah Smith is number 4. Carnell Tate is 17.
Carnell Tate with a nice catch for a 4-yard pickup. To Henderson going up the field. Henderson. Oh my.
Okay, so 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes. See, there's 4. Jeremiah Smith. They just pointed out. So Will Howard got it away. There go. Oh, look at him go. Big run. Inside the 10. Massive play for Trayvon Henderson, but flag is down. Okay, well, they still say it's a first down. They call it a block.
What do you watch, Bryce?
What?
What do you watch this on?
I'm watching the replay.
Oh, I'm watching this on. Wait, no, what are you watching it on? You're just TV.
I'm watching it on YouTube TV.
Wait, that means you can pause it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me, I might have to go on YouTube and look for it, because I don't know, it doesn't let me pause, but then you have to pause forever.
Wait, just watch it downstairs like you did last night.
The problem is I can't pause it.
Well, I can pause it.
No, because I'm ahead.
You can't pause it downstairs?
Spectrum doesn't let us do that. I don't know why. Because it hates me.
Oh, it hates you. Okay.
I watch games on ESPN.
Okay, well, the Buckeyes play didn't really do anything.
This has been a fun. Oh my goodness. This has been a fun game here.
This has been a fun game.
That's a flag. What time are you at?
I accidentally went. I'll catch up. I'm at the part where Will Howard basically got sacked.
Wait a minute. Can you pause for like 5 seconds? Because I'm at the 120 mark on this YouTube thing.
Alright.
What's the show at the time for you?
It's just 119.
Okay. Have it where they're talking, or maybe pause for like another second. But we'll get it timed up then, just for a second.
Okay, well, hopefully they'll show the replay of Will Howard's grounding. He was under pressure.
Loss of down. Third down now. Intentional grounding.
I don't think he was down. I think he got it away just in time.
As he's dropping, was he down?
They're going to get a good look.
Oh, maybe. Or no, I don't think so. His foot slipped.
3rd and 35.
Wait, can you pause it for 3 seconds real quick? Because I'm still on the replay. Oh, his shin was down. Like, there, yeah, unpause it.
Okay, Will Howard looking to throw. He got rid of it. It is caught.
What?
Carnell Tate, they just got a huge game it back.
Can you pause for 4 seconds?
Yeah.
And then even if I'm ahead, I can pause it.
Okay.
104, 103, 102. Is that where you were just at? Replay? That's 5th year? Wow. What a play from Will Howard right there.
So 4th and 10, now they're going to go for it.
Why? That's so stupid.
So they take a sack, basically. Will Howard barely got out of the sack a couple plays ago. They get grounding. They get a big play. Now it's 4th and 10. Then they go for it. And it
wide open! Carnell Tate will pick up the first down. What are they doing? Wow, but Will Howard
3rd and 35, and they get 2 big plays to Carnell Tate.
No.
And they convert on 4th down.
Doing pretty good for this game already now.
And back. And 2 big plays for the Buckeyes offense.
Both by Carnell Tate.
Carnell Tate making
a big impact in this game already.
Yeah. Indiana calls a timeout.
Will Howard, 9 of 10. Carnell Tate, 4 receptions and 68 yards. And only first quarter. What start? I am honestly shocked. Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Yep, Wendy's, because who doesn't love Wendy's?
Wendy's.
3 viewers. Hey, wait a minute. We are talking about college football. Can y'all say what y'all's favorite college football team is right now? We want to know or ask a question because we are watching this game and wanting viewers to ask questions. We will answer them honestly and truthfully.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions last night when we were watching the Mavs game from multiple people, so we would love.
You gotta post that. You gotta post it in your live.
What do you mean?
Post it on your live stream. You know how you post the lives? Have you already?
Yeah, it's posted. We're live right now.
No. The live we did last night with the Mavericks.
Oh, well, it doesn't show up on mine yet, but that's because it usually takes a day or two to you know what I mean? To process. I don't know why that is.
There. Sorry.
All right. So thoughts on this game so far? So the Buckeyes. So 2nd and 25. Buckeyes try a little kind of. It was like a screen pass type deal that got blown up. 3rd down. They take a sack basically, and then it's intentional grounding because Will Howard chucked it out of bounds before he got sacked. Then they get 2 big plays in a row by Carnell Tate. They get a 25-yard gain on a little crosser route, and then they get a huge first down.
Yep.
So Buckeyes are in business.
Yeah, so far, Will Howard looking good so far. 9 of 10, 72 passing yards. Quayshawn Junkins with only 30 yards. Um, so far, it's looked good for Ohio State's offense this drive, kind of, because the two big plays from Carnell Tate was really good for them. Right now they have 92 total yards, 72 passing yards, 20 rushing yards, and 6.6 yards per play. Well, Howard, I'm going to talk about him over and over. Carnell Tate, man, finding ways to get open in the big plays. 4th down and 10, willing to risk a sack. Will Howard gets it away in time before getting sacked, and he finds a wide open Carnell Tate on the right side for how many yards? Was that 15?
Well, no, but he's had a big impact. So this season, the red zone offense, they've had 33 TDs and just 4 field goals. That's the best in FBS. So the Buckeyes' red zone offense is better than any other team. They always get it done in the red zone. We'll see if they can do it against Indiana's defense, though. Yeah, they give it to Junkins that spin move that he always likes to do.
Breaks off a
And
tackle.
that's the end of the first quarter. So we just took a break, and now they're going to take another break after the end of the first quarter.
Call a timeout.
So Indiana marches down the field to score as Ohio State threatening to do the same. As we'll take a look at some stats here, see how the game's going so far.
I do want to talk about, I think they're going to use Tyson Lawton, whatever his name is, in the passing game a little bit because they're going to set some screens for him, I think. And in his first carry, he got a big gain of 15, but that got called back for, was it holding? Yeah. But I think he's going to be used in the screenplay, I think Quinshon Jenkins would just be a rusher. Running. One last thing.
So it's Quayshawn Jenkins.
Quinshon Jenkins. And then Justin Ellison and Tyson Lawson.
Okay, so I'm taking a look here right now at this little game summary. So the touchdown drive for Indiana. So it was led by a couple penalties by Ohio State, like you said. And then it was Elijah Surratt had the big 19-yard catch. Then looks to me, Curtis Rourke completed a 13-yard pass to Miles Price, and Justice Ellison punched it in for the TD. So, like we said, the balanced rushing and passing attack for the Hoosiers, that was going to be key for them. That's what they've done all year. Will Howard, by the way, 10 for 10. I don't know if y'all have realized that yet, but
this is okay. They're going to be usually. I think all game is going to be a passing game for them. I don't think they're going to go to the. I think it's going to be a passing game for the Ohio State Buckeyes here. But for the Indiana, I honestly think they're going to balance it out. They're going to use, of course, Justice Ellison, and Curtis Rucker will, of course, try to find Elijah Starrett. How do you say his name?
Elijah Surratt.
Elijah Surratt, down there. And also Miles Price. They're going to be honestly balanced there, I think, this game.
Yeah, well, Elijah Surratt has been the main target, honestly, for Indiana. But, there's always other guys that get involved. It's not just Surratt. If we take a look at these Indiana Hoosiers stats, as far as receiving yards go, other than Elijah Surratt, Amar Cooper Jr., he's got 5 TDs. Miles Price, you just mentioned, he's only got 2 TDs on the year. But those guys, Indiana doesn't have this big explosive guy like Jeremiah Smith or something, but they've still got good receivers. They've still got guys who can make plays and do things when needed.
Indiana, you're saying?
Yeah, Indiana.
Yeah, you got Indiana in the rushing game. You got Justice and Tyson. And for receiving here, you got Omar Cooper Jr. with 527 yards with only 24 receptions. That's really good for that small load of receptions right there. And for 500 yards right there, I think that's really good. He has 5 touchdowns this year. His longest play is 69 yards. His 22 yards per catch. And that's something big you want too. Behind him will be Miles Price with 30 receptions, 377 yards, and then Keyshawn Williams, 27 receptions, 341 yards. So as you notice, the receiving core besides Omar Jr. Okay, because yes, you want the touchdowns, but with 30 carries, I mean 30 like Miles Price 30 receptions, yards, it's pretty small for that amount, you know.
Yeah. Well, they give it to Judkins, and
Nice 7-yard pickup right there, or 8. That's a nice play. Third, I'm gonna stop
you can stop talking so you don't get the voice cracks.
talking.
The voice cracks.
So far, the best receiver so far in this game is Carnell Tate because man, that guy has looked phenomenal. This drive right here, because the more you need him, the more he shows up. You know, let's say it's 4th and 10, like we saw. You see, out of nowhere, he's wide open in the corner. Like you, as Indiana, you got to stop him. You cannot let him be wide open.
So there goes Henderson,
and 4th down here, he will probably be called short. No, yep, they will not give him that yard, and it'll be now 4th and 1 for the Buckeyes.
You've got to go for it. Yeah, I feel like you just have to go for it.
So with the rushing attempt right there, it was Trayvon Henderson, who's looked pretty good this year. 29 carries, 662 yards, and then compare that with Quinshawn Junkins. Sorry, who's in the backfield right now?
Yeah, 4th and 1. They give it to Junkins. He's not going to get there,
and he stopped.
They stopped him short.
My goodness! After that,
they stopped him short.
Quinshawn Junkins is stopped at the goal line. It will be Indiana Hoovers ball.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Whoa.
What a play from the defense right there! Wow!
Wow!
Oh my!
Look at number 6, and then the rest of the guys.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Did y'all just see that? Because I just saw it.
And so Indiana makes a stand. They allow a huge drive. Wow. I mean, they only allow 72 rush yards a game. That's the least in college football. They're like as far as that stat, they're the best rush defense in college football.
With the tackle to stop the Ohio State Buckeyes from getting the 1st down. Oh my goodness!
Now they're doing an official review to make sure he didn't get there.
Oh, my bad. Is that Kamara? Yeah, my bad. Just pronounce it. It's Kamara. So Malachi. My bad. I've been saying his name the whole wrong. I cannot pronounce his name. What's Miail? Mike Ellie. Mike Ellie.
Mike Ellie.
It's Mikail.
Wait, who are you talking about? Like
the defense player for 6 for the Indiana Hoovers.
Oh, let me see.
Because he just got that tackle. I'm not really good with pronouncing words here, as you can tell.
I'm looking at the defense right now. I wish it told you the numbers.
Yeah, no, go on ESPN.
Just gonna put 6 Indiana Hoosiers. See who it is.
Yep, Mike Ellie, Kamara, the D lineman who's a junior. He was 6'1", defensive lineman, junior, makes the tackle to prevent Ohio State Buckeyes converting on 4th and 1. Holy smokes, Bryce. That was unexpected right there. Now, Junkins stopped at the goal line from him. I'm going to do this, Bryce. I'm going to have 2 things up. Dude, look at this, Bryce. I'm going to show you what I'm going to have open up. See, I'm going to have all my tabs up, right?
Yeah.
I have Indiana's roster. I have Ohio State's. I need to open their roster up. But I'm gonna leave these on. These are their stats for each player. And then I'm gonna search up Ohio State's roster so I know who's on the court, you know? Field.
So, for the Ohio State defense, so it's like you said, or excuse me, not the Ohio State defense, the Indiana defense. I still can't find number 6 on this roster.
Camara. He's number 6. He's a junior D lineman.
Oh, yeah. Macaulay Kamara, yeah. Yeah, I see him now.
There. Now,
yeah.
he's a pretty. That was a really good stop from him right there.
It was.
Really?
Well, Indiana needed that. Like, if you look at their defense, like let me just check out their rushing statistics, like defensively. Let me see. I want to see what do they rank at. Like, I want to see their team like defensive ranking or something like that.
Oh, you want to find that?
Yeah. Okay. Well, the game's back on, so let's just see how this goes. So Indiana. But they are in their own end zone, basically, so.
Okay, I'll tell you more.
Imagine if Indiana wins this game.
So currently they are ranked 3rd in opponent points per game at 15.
I mean, that's like, think about that. They only allow 15 points a game. Like you said, 3rd best in the FBS.
Man, stupid because I might be ahead now. Wait, no, I'm not. Am I? No. What do you see right now?
I see the crowd.
I see the crowd's family.
You see a what?
So yards / game. Oh my god, this is offense. My bad, guys. I'm really.
I was gonna say.
They're not that good.
Oh wow! What a run, Justice Ellison. You see that? It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a little ahead, so I'm just gonna be quiet. But I will tell you this: defense. They're ranked 122nd in opponent passing play percentage. So they are ranked 14th at opponent yards per pass at only 5.9. 5.9. They are 27th at a 7.89 sack percentage. So they're likely to sack the quarterback 7 times per game. Now, they are currently, I'll tell you, they're hot. Oh my goodness. Their defense ranked 2nd in rushing yards against the offense at only allowing 2.7 yards per carry. That's really good right there. And then they're also ranked 2nd in opponents' rushing yards per game at only 79 or 78.9 yards per game.
All right, so Curtis Rourke, he got it away to Tyson Lawton, and it'll be another 3rd and short for the Hoosiers. So if you're Ohio State, you're hoping to get a stop here as well. Because it's like, okay, Indiana held us on 4th and short, basically. We want to hold them on 3rd and short, get the ball back, so that we can drive down the field and avenge ourselves for that last drive. That's what you're thinking if you're the Buckeyes defense.
Yeah. If they do score here, I think the momentum will be fully on Indiana's side because it will not look so good for them. Oh, there's a false start on Indiana.
Well, they just call a false start in Indiana, so that backs them up to a 3rd and 6.
Currently, Hoosiers have only had 1 penalty so far. That's the first of the day. 5 penalties for 5 flags for Ohio State, contributing to 47 yards. Okay, Rutgers.
Okay, 3rd and 6.
Let's see what happens here. Takes a snap. Looking. Getting pressured and he's sacked. Oh my goodness. He is sacked on 3rd down. Wow, what a defensive play from them right there.
Yep.
Number
I will
40.
say, I think you're a good 10 seconds ahead of me because I just now saw that sack.
Oh, you just did? Okay.
Yeah.
JT Tuimoloau. I have no clue how to say his name. With the sack, the 6'3" D lineman, who's only a sophomore. Here's the punt.
Look at how fast they got pressure in though on Curtis Rourke. He didn't have time to do anything.
Oof.
That all-out Buckeye blitz.
What do you see right now?
I see a catch, and he's taking it inside the 45.
Okay, I see the coach on the sideline. Do you see him?
Yeah.
To break? No, yep.
Yeah, I see it right now. Well, Ohio State's defense gets home to Curtis Rourke.
Curtis Rourke sacks, and what a good stop for Ohio State.
That's a great stop. They needed that because the one thing you can't do is you can't allow a long drive after you get stopped on 4th down in the red zone.
Yeah, if you're letting up a touchdown there, my goodness, I guess you could come back, but then Indiana has a very big momentum right there, if they do score on that. So, really good stop from the defense right there to force the punt, turnover. Now let's see how Ohio State could respond after their big 4th down stop at the goal line. We can see how will my bad. Was it? Yeah, Trayvon Henderson will do. Junkins will do. How will Cornell take it open? Will he get some catches? Was it Price? Was that his name?
Miles Price, yeah. But he's on Indiana.
I remember that. I just got their name. And then you got, Emeka.
Oh, number 1 Glazer, you're back.
What do we see?
Number 1 Glazer. It's been a minute. It has been a while. So this is I'm sure you can tell by the title. This is Ohio State versus Indiana live podcast. We actually did a Mavericks one last night. I don't think you saw it. It was Mavs versus Nuggets. It was a great game last night. We talked all about NBA. And so now today we're talking about college football.
Pretty fun. I love it.
That is pretty fun. I do want to talk about this Ohio State defense though. Because
man.
Yeah.
Let me talk about their statistics.
Yeah, where can we find their statistics?
Defense. I just searched it up.
But I thought there was like where you could watch or where you could see like the statistics on ESPN or something like. I know you can for offense, but I thought.
No. Yeah, there's a thing called team rankings, and it has the offense and defense. So
wait, team rankings?
Yeah, it's called teamrankings.com, where if you search up a team, it literally shows you their offensive ranking and defensive ranking, or their value. So currently, Ohio State in opponents points per game, they're ranked number 1 at 10.3 allowed on the defense. They're ranked second at opponent yards a game at 251. Okay, here comes Will Howard. Throws it. It's caught.
That's Emeka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka for an 8-yard pickup right there.
Emeka Egbuka.
Who has been small a little bit. Rushing statistics, they are ranked 4th in opponents' rushing yards the whole game or per play at 2.8. Anything else you want me to talk about? Yeah.
Well, not really right now. I think we're focusing on this little offensive drive here for the Buckeyes.
Brain.
And there goes a missed tackle on a first down for Henderson.
Is that Trayvon? Trayvon Henderson?
Yeah, Trayvon Henderson, yep.
Trayvon Henderson with the nice little toe. All right. That. Nice little pass. Fisher with the tackle.
Okay, that's a quick throw. There's Jeremiah Smith. We haven't seen a lot of him, but it's a first down.
A pickup for 11.
That's the one guy I was waiting on to see, Jeremiah Smith.
He's in probably all game, I think.
He hasn't shown up all game, but he showed up right there. But that's what Ohio State does. Will Howard, when he gets the ball out quick, he gets it off on time, gets it out to Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith makes a man miss and gets a first down. Or even if you get it to Emeka Egbuka for an 8-yard gain, get it out quick, 8 yards. So here's Will Howard again.
Going.
And it's Egbuka again.
Emeka Egbuka for a 9-yard pickup.
Wow.
And they're driving down this field pretty quick here. They're trying to tie this game up.
Okay, see, now they're going to show Egbuka here on his little route. He works across the field. He makes the grab. Kind of a back shoulder catch almost. So look at Will Howard, though. He's 13 for 13 for 105 yards. That's the best start of his career as far as completions go.
I'm trying to find their numbers, but I can't find them. But okay.
Yeah. Hey, here's Will Howard again in the red zone. That time.
Goes in. It's Emeka Egbuka.
Touchdown.
What a play. 14 for 14. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Have a game so far for Will Howard. 14.
Still hasn't thrown an incompletion. Will Howard going crazy right now.
Jalen Walker, who just misread that. And that was over who? Number 41? Who's number 41?
But Emeka Egbuka with the TD catch in the red zone, and Ohio State answers back. 7-7.
Carr Jr., I thought was going to make a stop. Look at that. His fingertips on the ball.
Yep. It wasn't enough.
The D lineman, who's a senior out of St. Louis.
Emeka Egbuka making that grab.
Hey, we didn't hear about him that much. And then look at that. Who shows up? 2 big catches, just like Carnell. Carnell, man. Right there.
Well, now Emeka Egbuka is making his statement made. Okay, so now we can finally talk about this Ohio State defense that we've been wanting to for so long. So it's on, you said something like
Team Ranking College. Search up. So basically search up Ohio State defensive ranking, and then it would show in the top searches them. Team ranking.
Okay.
Now, yeah, it just proves how not good they are in the passing game here for Indiana, ranked 122nd at 54% completion rate from the pass. So basically over 50% chance here of the ball getting caught. 61 opponent completion. They're also really good though somehow on the passing at ranked number 14 at 5.9 yards per pass, but ranked 88th in passes a game. So they're really that defense gets tested a lot in the games right there. Out. My goodness.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna look at their total defense. Oh wow! So this is like
It's really
Yeah.
good.
this is like deep into the stats. Okay.
That's what I love about this already.
Yes, this is like deep into the stats. So if we look at like their yards per play,
They're ranked
Ohio State
is really. I don't know. I'm not even on them, so they're probably good.
Ohio State gets about. Oh no, this is opponent yards per play.
Yeah, just look on the left to do show offense.
Okay, yeah. So Ohio State, they only allow 4.1 yards per play against their opponents, and that's with playing Oregon and Penn State.
Oh yeah, this is the overall statistics. Yeah, 4.1. That's number 2, and then they're ranked. Oh my goodness, number 1 in the nation at opponent's points per play. Number 1 at opponent's points a game at only allowing their opponents to 10 points. Wow. If you look at Ohio State's record or games in the past, their only highest scoring game they've given up was against number 1 Oregon. So yeah, last week they beat Northwestern, of course, 31-7. Ohio State 45-0. Now here comes the Indiana offense, led by Curtis Rucker.
Curtis Rourke.
My bad.
Rucker. All right, so rushings. So yeah, like you said. So okay, so this does give like the rushing statistics on both offense and defense. Like, so wow. Okay, I'll have to look at this after
Do this during half.
this little during commercial break or something like that.
Motioning to the left. Snap. Looking. Overthrows. Number 17. Tyson Lawson. The running back, who is a current senior. Pretty small guy. 5'9". That's literally what I would look like if I was on the field. I would look like a midget. Or a very small person.
Okay, here we go. 2nd and 10 for Curtis Rourke.
Where's number 4?
Little handoff, decent yardage. So Caleb Downs, again, making his name heard. He was the one who made the tackle. Caleb Downs is a transfer from Alabama.
Huh?
Caleb Downs is a transfer from Alabama.
Ooh, you know, when Nick Saban left, man, that team, everyone started transferring. They actually wanted to.
Everyone started transferring because everybody who wanted to play with Nick Saban is like, well, I can't anymore.
Will Howard
takes another sack.
Pressure, he sacked.
Another sack.
Back. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh. This Ohio State defensive front.
Oh my goodness. What?
Yeah, Indiana's offensive line kind of struggling right now.
Cody with the sack.
Oh. It's a fumble.
What?
Wait, I didn't even realize it was a fumble.
Oh, it was a fumble. Did they recover it? No way. Cody Simon forcing a fumble, turnover on downs, and it will be Ohio State's football.
I didn't even
Wow.
realize that. Look at all that speed on the outside to get to the QB and force that fumble that would make a huge play.
I need to see his number again, but man.
And
What?
so all of a sudden, Ohio State is in the red zone again.
Currently 14-14 is Will Howard back on the field. You know, I was calling hurt. Will Howard, I think.
Okay, here we go.
Who's in the backfield with him? Hold on. See this?
Okay, Will Howard throwing again. Jeremiah Smith.
Oh, off his fingertips. Jeremiah Smith, and that will end Will Howard's 14-14 to go 14-15. Oh my goodness! Wow. Almost.
Oh my gosh.
He almost did a OBJ.
Man, it just went off his fingertips.
Oh, cool. Oh, my goodness, Chase. Come on, buddy.
Okay, so second down.
Who was number 5?
He got buried.
DeAngelo Pons. That forced that stop. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a stop right there from the defense. Josh Philston with the tackle for loss. The freshman from Palm Beach, Florida. His first year. What a play. Is that Jared? Oh, who was that? Number 1? Quinshawn Junkins, the carry, but lost a couple of yards right there. See, I have my screen out, so now I know where everyone is.
Yeah.
Now if I forget.
Third down. Got it away. Oh, it's intercepted.
What? Really? It is intercepted from number 2.
Walker.
Walker, oh my goodness.
Wow. I mean, what? Another turnover. Look, so it's the pressure. He gets it out, and then it's intercepted.
Justin, the freshman, making giving a little bit of pressure right there, forcing him to get the ball right there. Hey, I like that play from him right there.
Indiana forces a turnover, still 7-7.
Jalen Walker with the interception, the senior from Richmond, Vermont. Oh my goodness.
Whew.
I like this game so far.
Well, this is a good game. This is we've got turnovers, touchdowns. This is like sacks. We got it all right now.
Second turnover for Ohio State this first half right here.
Yeah, when was the other time they turned it over? So they threw the interception. And then when was the other turnover?
When they got stopped at the first down.
Oh, that's right. At the beginning of the game when they got stopped with the first down.
Goal line stacked by who was it again?
I don't know, but that Indiana front got it done.
Oh, Malachi Malik. I want to say Malik at this point. Wrong. But Malik Kamara with the stack or the tackle to force them on the fourth down.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you said Malik Hawkins?
Dude, that'd be great.
I don't know who Malik Hawkins is, do you?
I mean, he's a bum. I think he went to the school like Sissy High School. I don't know what that is. There's a guy named Bryson Bonds who's on the defense, number 24. He lived in Fort Worth, Texas for us. Yeah, Mike Ellie.
Embracing the future with boldness and bravery. Unapologetically optimistic. Equipped with the knowledge and intention to change the world. 9 campuses.
Viewers, hello, if you guys are bots, you're bots. But if y'all are not bots, Josh Bill Ostin. Two back-to-back good plays right there. You know, forcing Will Howard under pressure, right? And making him throw the ball and forcing an interception right there. So I think that was a really good play there from Josh. And he's only a freshman.
Well, I like this. I like this website that tells you like the defensive stats and offensive stats for every team.
I think it's great.
Okay,
Whoa.
so here comes Indiana. There goes Ellison.
What? Wait, can you pause 5 seconds real quick?
Yeah.
Because I have it where now they're about to run the ball.
Okay.
Takes a snap, running. Oh, Junkins. It's not even Junkins, isn't it? Who is that?
Okay, I paused it for a little bit. So you
Alex,
should be it.
who just got the run. Because right now, what time does it show for you?
4:41. Oh, he broke some tackles and a first down.
Well, okay. I'm like only like 8 seconds behind you right now. Can you go back like 8 seconds? Yep.
Okay.
I just saw the play where they just broke some tackles. Is that where you are?
Yep. And I'm showing the replay. They're showing the replay right now.
Yep. Wow. Is that Justice Ellison again? Yeah.
Justice Ellison. Yep.
Nice. Oh my gosh, that was a really good broke tackle right there. 2 big
Yeah.
plays. 2 nice plays.
4 minutes to go before the half. Here we go. Another handoff. This time is Lawton.
What? Oh, wait a minute. You're so ahead. Maybe it works time now. Number 17 with the handoff, and he will take it up. Number 17, Tyshawn Lawton. Do you just see that already?
Yeah.
Can you pause for 5 seconds?
What?
Because it's just showing the replay right now for Tyson running the ball. Pylon cam. If you go there, just show where has it where they're about to take the snap at 2:49.
Okay, here we go. 2nd and 4.
Sacked!
Little handoff. Oh, we got out of there. First down.
Nah, look at that run right there from him.
That is a great run. He broke a tackle, too. There was an Ohio State Buckeye looking to tackle him, but he kind of juked it to the outside and made a miss.
Here's the snap. Looking, he's sacked.
Or go under pressure. It's a sack.
Oh my goodness, Smith with the sack. Wow. Oh, look at that chase.
That's Simon, I believe. But the Ohio State pressure, once again, we've talked about it all game, gets to Curtis Rourke again. There was somebody who went unblocked.
The offense. Why am I on offense?
So now 2nd and 18.
Cody Simon. I think he's the one who forced that fumble earlier. He was, right? I think Cody Simon was the person who forced that fumble, so he's getting his first sack of the game.
Okay. Well, what a game we have so far.
2-minute warning. Indiana and Ohio State all tied up at 7-7 apiece.
7.
2-minute warning so far. Cody Simon with the sack on
Wow.
work.
Just wow.
Interesting game so far. Interesting game.
Very interesting game so far.
So at the beginning of the game, Ohio State was stopped, and then Indiana got the ball, and they led down, and they marched down the field and got a rushing touchdown from Justice Ellis. Right, he gets a rushing touchdown, and then go all the way to Ohio State is on its 4th and goal at the 3-yard line, and Malik, I'm just going to say his last name, Karma, right? With the tackle, number 6 for Indiana, gets the stop, turnover announced. They go down and at the run they end up getting stopped, right? First thing on Ohio State driving down the field, touchdown, Emeka
Egbuka, yep.
Emeka Egbuka with a receiving touchdown from Will Howard, tying up the game, and then a fumble forced by Cody Simon, recovered by Ohio State, forced the turnover, and then just a few plays later, intercepted from what's his name?
I forget who got the pick,
Walker.
but it was tipped, and it's an error. Yep, Walker. Then Will Howard threw the pick. And so now Indiana driving it down the field, but they're in a 3rd down situation. Or no, they're not. Or are they? Oh, well, no, it's second and 18. They just took a sack. And there's 2 minutes left. So it has been a lot of turnovers. A stop, a couple turnover. So there's a turnover on downs, a fumble, an INT, and some a lot of sacks too. So, but a very interesting game so far, even though it's only 7-7. It hasn't been boring. It's been turnovers, big plays.
A defensive game here.
Yeah, a defensive Walker, game for sure.
The one who had the interception for Indiana, forcing that turnover and giving back the ball to Indiana. And let's see what our boy Curtis Rourke can do on 2nd and 18. Do you, is it playing for you right now?
Well, it's the crowd. Yeah.
And so far, viewers, leave down in the comments who you think will win, Ohio State or Indiana. Again, who will win, Indiana State or Ohio State? Or Indiana, my bad. Indiana versus Ohio State.
He said Indiana State versus Ohio.
Okay.
So here goes Curtis Rourke with 2 minutes to go. The Hoosiers on 2nd and 18.
Ooh.
1 down.
Number 6, Styles with the tackle.
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles.
Hey, let me talk a little bit about Sonny Styles. This is a guy. He's a really good football player. I'll say that. Well, I'll check his stats, but he's been balling for Ohio State this year. Sonny Styles. He's got 63 total tackles, 29 solo tackles, and 3 pass deflections with 4 sacks. He has been spectacular.
Wait, how many? Did you say how many interceptions? Does he have any?
He doesn't have any interceptions, but he's done about everything else.
I like it. The deflections are very important in the game, even though it's like it doesn't really, it looks like it doesn't matter, but deflections are a really big part of the game.
Yeah.
Colorado has 7. That's won 7 of their last 8 games.
Kansas back-to-back wins versus ranked opponents.
They have a chance to make the college football playoffs, which would be great. And I hope they do not. You know why? Because I want Coach Prime to be mad. Go to Cowboys. Take Shador with him. Hunter as a sign with them, all that. Potato, tomato. And yeah.
So Curtis Rourke, it's a delayed handoff. Ellison's not getting it close.
That was a last-second handoff right there from him. And then who was this? Styles? Just Styles, you said?
Sonny Styles? I think so. Yeah.
Ohio State calling their 2nd timeout, and it will be 4th down for Indiana. And
they will punt it away.
What?
They will punt it away.
Funny.
So Ohio State has an opportunity here to do something before the half. They had a nice drive. But they've had 3 nice drives. One of those ended in a turnover on downs.
That was
One of those ended in an interception. But one of those ended in a TD for Emeka Egbuka. And so that's what they'll be looking to do with a minute 47 left.
Two viewers, if you're hearing me right now, please ask a question or answer this question. Who will win, Ohio State or Indiana? Put your score prediction and just guess. Okay, about to punt it away. Oh, he loses the
He's
ball.
trouble with the
Oh my!
snap.
He's
And he
tackled
goes
at
down.
around the 6. What a miss! Oh my goodness! 92 with the tackle right there. Wowzers! What just happened? Wow!
What dog?
Fumbles the ball.
He just had trouble with the snap, like the Michigan punter against Michigan State.
Oh my goodness!
He just
It hits him right on the head.
dropped it.
He looks too curious.
He just dropped it, and then Ohio State was right there to make the tackle.
You know, that is crazy, Bryce. Who was that who made the tackle?
Oh, no. I think it was 92, but it was, there were several Buckeyes right there to bring him down for an easy stop.
Hey, they're now at enemy territory, 1st and goal. Will Howard.
Okay, here we go. Will Howard.
Rush.
Snap. He keeps it. No, he won't get there.
5. That was actually a smart move right there.
A golden opportunity for the Buckeyes. What a crazy game this has been. Now we've got a turnover on downs, a fumble, an interception, and now we have a muffed punt.
A dropped punt and ends up getting sacked. That is something a punter should never do. Junkins in the backfield with Will Howard. Will Howard's having a good game. That's an interception.
Yeah. 2nd and goal.
Junkins running.
Got to find a way to punch this in.
Oh my goodness,
Junkins
what a
won't get
play
there.
from Indiana. Stopping him right at the line of scrimmage. My goodness.
We mentioned Indiana has a great run defense.
He just ran into a brick wall.
So now, all of a sudden, it is 3rd and goal.
87
However,
red zone TD.
their red zone percentage, they're just 1 for 3 today. They're 87%, which is the best in college football. This Indiana defense.
Sorry. Trey Henderson, though. Trayvon Henderson in the backfield. See if he runs the ball here.
Trayvon Henderson is in the backfield. They're going to run it with Henderson. He's in.
Trayvon Henderson, rushing touchdown.
Trayvon Henderson gives Ohio State the lead. They capitalize off the turnover.
His 6th touchdown of the year. Oh my goodness. You know, honestly, I'm saying this right now. Right now, I think Trayvon Henderson is doing better than Justin Ellis. Quinshon Jenkins right now. Because you see him, he has the speed and agility to move, you know? You just saw that he's running and he does a little step and he's right in there.
Well, Jenkins can do that too, though.
Yeah, but so far I like how, what's it called, though? How Trayvon Henderson.
Trayvon Henderson, yes. I just can't believe he just lost the ball.
My goodness, this is all because a guy doesn't know how to catch a football. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, but my
it's the offensive line that freed him up.
It was the punter's name is James Evans. James Evans, you are a guy who shall never walk into Indiana's facility ever again. We will kick you out. Because we got our backup punter, Alejandro Quintero. What is everyone with these random names here? I don't understand who picks these names here. Make my life easier. Wow. It was
wow.
These linemen. Those guys scare me.
So 21 seconds before halftime.
Here's the kickoff. And they will take the touchback. Now, do you think they go for a touchdown play or a field goal? Or they just knee it out and go into half?
I don't know what they do. I,
Wow.
I really don't know. All I know is they had a fantastic first drive, and since then they have done nothing.
17 plays, and they've only combined for -3 yards.
And they had 70 yards on their first drive with 11 plays. You may just, I don't know if you want to give Ohio State another opportunity for another turnover.
No.
Yeah, and that's what they'll do. They
Dang.
will take it to half, down by 7.
Okay, guys, you can't be that happy. You're supposed to win by 1,000 points. So I don't know whether they're that happy.
Well, not really, not by 1,000, but they are projected to win. Although Indiana will receive the second half kickoff.
Close game for Wake College and Miami. Wake Forest in a close game right now. SMU, of course, winning 17-0. Ole Miss and Florida are tied up right now. 14-14 with 1 minute and 56 seconds left. Ole Miss with the ball on 2nd and 15 on their own 26-yard line. Now, Illinois is losing. University of Georgia. Georgia is only up by 7. I don't know why.
University of Georgia.
It had UGA, and I thought maybe I'll sound smarter if I just said it like that.
The University of Georgia.
Georgia only up by 7. Carson Beck's currently 5 of 5, 97 yards, 2 TDs that half, and AJ Harrison is 2 for 2 with 20-yard passing. Now they've ran the ball majority of this game. Very few little attempts throwing. Only 3 attempts this game for Massachusetts, and Georgia only has 5 total passing attempts. So really, just a rushing game here for the for the offenses. Interesting.
Yeah, let's check out some of these other scores in college football right now to see what's happening around the league.
Now, everyone, people in the chat, or not even in the chat, people watching right now, comment down your favorite team in college football. Or if you don't even have a favorite team, or you don't even watch sports, put down your favorite college. Or say what your favorite college is. And yeah. Now, so far, making impact, of course, for the Ohio State defense is, of course, who was that, guys? Sonny.
Oh, yeah, his name's...
Oh, Cody Simmons. Cody Simon.
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles making a big impact on the game, getting some big tackles right there. Also, Cody Simon had a forced fumble. I think correct me if I'm wrong, but he did have a big sack earlier in that drive, which forced them, to have that punt. Which what happened during that punt made them fumble the ball. So he made a big impact right now for them. Same with Sonny Styles and all these other guys here, looking pretty nice.
Well, you look at Coach Simon. He's got 53 total tackles, 26 solo tackles. He's got 2.5 sacks. Well, one of those. I don't know if this is updated throughout the game, so now it might be 3.5 sacks or something like that. But he's had a good year. It's him, Sonny Styles, and Caleb Downs.
I don't understand how you make a career on just doing marching band. How do you make money? No one really stays there. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, if I'm going to a game, I am not watching a marching band. I am literally putting in my AirPods and watching YouTube and eating. Look at there's Jackson Dart on our screen. Ole Miss and Florida.
They're tied at 14 right now.
Jackson Dart, man, he's been good this year. Let me show Jackson Dart, of course, because Jackson Dart right now, 21 years old. He's pretty young, of course. Right now, he has 3,400 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. What a year from Jackson Dart it has been for him. Now, you want to talk about a little bit of Heisman guys right
Yeah. Well, I don't think Jackson Dart for Heisman, but he's had
now?
a
I know.
phenomenal year for Ole
I'm
Miss.
guys now. So my top 3, of course, right now on Fox Sports. My top 3 and their top 3, of course, it will be number 1, Travis Hunter, number 2, Jackson Genty, and number 3. This is not in order. This is just me saying it, right? And number 3, Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel has been very underrated so far because of Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty. What they're doing right now has really rarely ever been seen, right? You've never seen a Travis Hunter two-way player since Dion, right? But not in college.
Yeah.
We've seen that big a player. Yeah, you've seen it in the NFL, but never in college, right? Then
Yeah.
you're Ashton Genty, who's trying to break Barry Sanders' record here, which has not been broken before. He recorded that record back in the 90s. Over, my goodness, 30 years ago. Then you have Gabriel, a really nice mobile quarterback who can move around in the pocket, make good throws. He's honestly great. It's just because of those guys, you really don't hear enough about him, right? Currently, 3,000 yards, 30,066 yards, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a QBR of 84.2, which is 7th in the nation.
Yeah. Well, Dylan Gabriel has been great for Oregon. And I think Ashton Genty for Boise State has been spectacular. I think Travis Hunter for Colorado has been phenomenal. All of those guys deserve to win the Heisman, but I think I would rather have Cam Ward over Dylan Gabriel, in my opinion. I think Cam Ward is honestly, I think he's just played better. I think he's been able to make more kind of crazy plays than Dylan Gabriel. I think Miami has leaned on Cam Ward more than Oregon has leaned on Dylan Gabriel. I think Ward's stats are better than Gabriel. I think the plays that Cam Ward makes, the way he uses his legs, the way he's calm and can throw the ball when everything's on the line, I think he deserves to be third over Gabriel.
Yeah, it was going so far. I do agree with you because, I've not been that much, and I've heard about him all that, right? Currently having 3,494 passing yards. Let's just round it up to 350, 500. So let's say 3,500 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, number 1 in QBR with an 89.4. One thing, though, that everyone does talk about is his play-making decision at the last second, He does make a little confusing decisions because they did lose to Georgia Tech. Now, when you lose to Georgia Tech in your ranks, were they like 5 or 4 or something like that? When you lose to that, your Heisman chances are going to drop significant because you're losing to an unranked opponent who has never been good this year.
Yeah.
And so once you lose, when you make a not good time decision towards the end of the game, when you're down by 5, that's going to kind of show what type of player you are, right? See who you are at the very last second. Now, honestly, Florida should right now have 3 losses, but they've been bailed out by the refs. And it's honest. It's truthful. Here,
Florida?
not Florida, my bad, Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Miami has been bailed out by the refs, honestly. So they should have 2, and I think his stats drop a little bit. His Heisman does drop a little bit. So I think one reason.
I think you cut out. Yeah, I think you cut out. Well. Oh, you're back. Okay.
So, and one reason why though he's top 3 right now for Dillon is just because of the offense right now. This is one of the best offenses in the league so far in the nation. They're ranked number 1 in the country. They're still undefeated. They've not lost yet. I think that's what they take and consider it for being a Heisman winner, right? You're leading one of the best offenses in the league. Not just because you could get handed off or throw it to easy receivers. When you make big-time plays and big-time throws, in smart decisions, that's what they consider in the Heisman. I think he is top 3 because of him in that Georgia offense. Last year, they were how good were they? They went 2023 that year. They went because they barely lost because they were good, but were they that good this year than they were last year? No, but they were still good. They did lose to Washington, but they did go 11-2. But I feel like this team right now has improved than last year, and it's really hard to improve when you were 11-2 and were one of the best teams in the league last year. So somehow improving when losing Bo Nix, I think what's his name? Sorry, Dylan Gabriel has stepped up big time for the Oregon Ducks here. It's been phenomenal watching him play, make his decisions, beating back then they were number 1? No.
Nah.
They were probably number 2. But still beating number 2 Oregon, Ohio State at the time, and he made big time plays in that game. So it goes down to a clutch player you see and what they could do under pressure. And I've just not seen that much from Cam Ward. You know what I'm saying? I know people won't see my view right there, but I think he has done really good in the clutch. And at the last second plays right there, they did almost lose, but they only won 16-3 though to California.
No, Wisconsin.
My bad. Wisconsin. And that is one thing also you take into consideration. How do you do that poorly against a non-ranked team? So you got to look at every game when they play. Now, Ashton Jeanty has doing something that has never been done. No one's done in a long time, right? No one has done in a long time.
Right.
Yes, and everyone's talking about how he's playing bums, but then watch his stats against Oregon. He had 200 and something yards and like a few rushing touchdowns against currently number 1 ranked Oregon.
Yeah.
And you're saying in this as people say he's not playing ranked, but he's also getting like 5-man team right now. They're going to blitz every time. So even if he tries to run the ball, it's likely that he's not going to even have a chance, But then with that, getting blitzed by 5 guys, he's still averaging over 150 yards a game, still around 200, but also getting 3 rushing touchdowns a game. Like he is amazing right now. And
yeah.
Now my clicker won't work right now. Ashton Jeanty with the current, he has over, my goodness, he is right now. Right now, if the polls ended right now and they had who would be Heisman, I'm taking Jeanty. Just for what he's doing right now, he has 26 rushing touchdowns. 26. Yeah. 256 carries, 1,800 yards. My goodness. Now he won't beat he will not beat Barry Sanders' record, right? But he will be at least the closest guy in 30 years to beat that record, right? He'll be the closest to ever get there. And then you're looking at Travis Hunter, their first ever great two-way player in college, who will, of course, he has already committed to the draft and will go in as a two-way player. Whoever gets him in that draft, because he's going to probably be a top 5 pick. Probably, honestly, top 3. No,
yeah,
it's going to be a fun draft, I think. Watching them kill Gabriel, I don't think he's even going to go. But then you still got these guys right here. Miami up 20-14 against Wake Forest. But then also you look at Travis Hunter. He's been out a few games, right? Yeah. He's currently a junior. He could, if he wanted to, he could stay 1 more year. But he's not going to.
He's not going.
74 reception yards, 911 total yards or receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns. They're good, But I think because of the games he's missed, it's going to put like a little impact on him, you know? Hasn't he missed a few games?
I don't know how many games Travis Hunter's missed. All
I
I
think
know is that if it's either going to go to him or Genty. I
it is
think
literally.
Travis is the favorite right now, but I don't know. I think they're both so good. You can give it to either one. I think it's because Genty, like we've seen, it's so rare to see a two-way player like Travis Hunter be so good on both sides of the ball. I think that's why that's the difference. It's like we've seen great running backs in college football. Of course, none as good as Ashton Genty. He's obviously the best running back in college football by far, and he makes big time plays every week. He runs for over 150 yards at least per game. Gets 2-3 touchdowns per game. I've watched many of Ashton Genty's games. He is spectacular. He is top 2 player in the league in college football for sure. But they're going to give it to Travis Hunter because he's a two-way player. He dominates on both sides of the ball, not just one side of the ball. And I know people say a lot about, Ashton Genty gets all these carries. Well, that's because he's so good. He makes the most out of all of his carries. But I think they'll give it to Travis Hunter because of how good he is on both sides of the ball. But you could give it to either one of them, and they both deserve it. It's just rare, or
Yeah,
that's not the right word. It's
right.
just rare that you see a two-way player be
Very-
so good than a running back that's so good. So they'll probably give it to Travis Hunter.
Yeah, it's like once in a generation here, seeing him. Like, yeah, Dion, but who's been a two-way player since Dion? No one.
None that I can think of that's
No one
that
that
good.
big name. Yeah, you've probably seen them, but no one who's made it to the next level, right? Or who's been impactful, right? Been impactful in that play there. Yeah, he's really good on defense, really good on offense. He showed that last year, first game against TCU. My goodness, he gets no breaks, and he goes out there and makes up for everything. Defense, offense, yeah, it could go to him. And Ashton Genty getting a lot of carries, getting 5 teamed right now, and he still gets over and gets a 50-yard rushing play, right? Yeah, I honestly I do agree with you here that honestly I wouldn't be mad whoever wins it because they both deserve it. There is 2 guys you've never seen in a long time, right? You've never seen this type of performance from Ashton Genty since the '90s. You've never seen a performance like this from Travis Hunter since the '90s, from Dion. So these
Yeah,
2 guys who are doing things that have not happened in over 30 years.
yeah,
So it's pretty impressive seeing what
yeah,
they're doing right now.
yeah. Well, it's very true. It's hard because next year I don't think we'll have 2 once in a generation type talents in college football. So this has just been a sight to see. But I want to go back to the kind of Dylan Gabriel and Cam Ward side of it. I want to pull up their stats and kind of compare them because that's where we're at. Is who actually gets to that top 3? Is it the guy
Here's
who
the runner.
who is like basically like the runner up between those 2 guys? Are they going to give it to Gabriel? Well, they're both fantastic players.
You just
I think Cam Ward, like I said earlier, I think Cam Ward is would deserve it over Dylan Gabriel, even though he didn't have a great game against Georgia Tech. I don't think that will affect him too much. I think I want to look at Cam Ward stats versus Dylan Gabriel stats.
You want to open up Cam Ward and I'll open up Oregon, and I'll open up Dylan Gabriel,
Yeah,
so you don't have to do both. We can just share it. Do you know
yeah.
Dylan?
I'll do Gabriel too because I want to look at and see what they're at. So here's the deal.
Jeez, Dylan.
So Cam Ward is thrown for 3,494 yards to Gabriel's 3,066. Ward's thrown for 32 TDs to Gabriel's 22. They both have 6 INTs. Cam Ward's got number 1 QBR. Gabriel's got an 84 QBR. Okay, now here's what else I want to talk about too. If we go to their recent games, Miami lost to Georgia Tech. Cam Ward threw for 348 yards and 3 TDs, which is a bad game for him. And then let's go to Dylan Gabriel. Let's look at his most recent game. Gabriel, 22 for 31, 218 yards and INT versus Wisconsin, but they win that game.
But you want to see
like I said, I think the Cam Ward's abilities to make plays with his arm, his legs, I think, and his numbers are just better. So I think Oregon's obviously a better team. I think Gabriel has done a phenomenal job leading that team, but I do think Cam Ward is still the better. I still think he's still the better college football player, the better quarterback.
People want yards. Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Want yards in the game, but also you want to see their completion. How often do they complete the throws? And I do notice that though. During that game last week, he only attempted 31 passes, but it got 23 of them off. Right? I mean, completed. That's only 8 incompletions. He has a 71% completion rate compared to Cam Ward's 5% completion rate.
Wait, say that again? I didn't hear you.
Cam Ward's 65% completion rate.
And Gabriel has a 71%.
See, that's a 6-point difference right there. So would you want a guy who gets a lot of yards but only has 65%? Or would you want a guy who's at least close to him, right? And 400 yards, but also completes the ball way higher, right? So honestly, you want a guy who completes the ball often more. Actually, he has 73% completion rate.
So Cam Ward's, you said 65?
So that's 8% higher. That's what they're taking also in factor is the completion rate. And how often are you going to make the throws? Oh, my bad. 66. My bad. 66%. 66.8% completion for Cam Ward.
To 73 for Gabriel.
Yeah. It's a 7 percentage, 7-point percentage right there.
Yeah, well, I think also look at the differential in offensive line. Cam Ward's got to scramble a lot, run around, make plays. Gabriel just most of the time kind of sits in the pocket. Sometimes he's a mobile QB and get out of there, but I think Cam Ward kind of makes more big plays. He's just they're both phenomenal. They're both spectacular quarterbacks and both great talents. And that's just the quarterbacks. And I know we talked a lot about Jeanty and Travis Hunter. So, yeah. Here we go. So, second half, Ohio State versus Indiana. We already gave our first half little recaps and analysis, what we think has been happening, the turnovers.
Second half, what do you think the Ohio State needs to, what do you think Indiana needs to improve on right now?
Well, they need to make a drive. They need to work on their pass protection. They need their assignments down. They've got some guys that have been unblocked in the Ohio State defensive line. They need to pick those up. Their protection's got to be better. They need to make a drive down the field, and they need to limit their turnovers. They've had some miscues. They had a muffed punt as Ellis makes a nice run. They had a muffed punt, and they had a fumble.
So, yeah, what you want to do here is just, calm down on the turnovers on fumbles right there. You want your O-line to try to protect your quarterback,
Yeah.
Rourke has been pressured multiple times right now and has been sacked. So O-line needs to stay up there. Just give him a few more seconds, and I think he will complete those throws. 6 of 9 with 50 yards.
Yeah.
Run the ball again. Breaking some tackles. Oh, he fumbles the ball.
So he lost the ball.
Oh, my goodness. And it's recovered by Ohio State. Oh, wait a minute. And it's recovered by the offense.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, never. Yep. Oh, my goodness.
That is extremely lucky.
Elias, my goodness, punched out from number 8. Number 8. Where are you?
He had the ball. He just lost it.
Lathan Ransom, the senior, with forced fumble right there. Oh, with the forced fumble right there. Let me get my charger real quick because my phone's about to die. But his name is, my bad, Lathan Ransom, the senior.
That is extremely lucky. What a break for Indiana. I just talked about the miscues,
and the fumbles. Am I right? Like,
and it is a delay game.
man, oh my goodness. And honestly, I thought Ellis was going to do really good for us. I thought he was going to make a big drive right there. So Ellis, and of course, and it's recovered by the O line, number 56. So number 56, Mike Caddick, the 6'4" O line senior, Pittsburgh. Why is my orientation's locked? Okay, Rook, throwing it deep. Oh my goodness. Off his fingertips. That is bad, not good. Miles Price with the drop from Dallas, Texas.
My hands.
Miles Price is Dallas, Texas. Did you know that? I did not know that. Oh, that's overthrown. I'm just saying that's overthrown. Good pressure from number 44, Ohio State.
Well, Ohio State makes another stop. Maybe Indiana won't have any trouble with the snap this time. Hopefully, they don't muff it. This time he controls it and got away. Here we go.
Number 2, taking it.
Oh
my goodness, he's on sideline. He has blockers. Oh my gosh, and he's gonna go all the way.
A punt return touchdown for Ohio State.
Caleb Downs.
Oh, no, it's Caleb Downs. My bad. I said Emeka Buka the whole time. I forgot. It's the starting safety, number 1 safety in the country, Caleb Downs. He's got the same numbers as Emeka Buka. I thought it was Buka. Caleb Downs, the starting safety, best safety in the country, makes a massive play on special teams for Ohio State. So this guy can do it all. Not just play defense, but return
that
punts
spin
as well.
move was beautiful.
Make him and miss a spin move.
That way he went like this. He got the ball, and he went
all the way. Like Chris Berman, he could go all the way. Touchdown, Caleb Downs.
And they will now take a 21-7 lead.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Caleb Downs.
Okay, so now that Caleb Downs just scored a punt return touchdown.
Look at his stats. Look at his stats real quick.
Now I want to talk about Caleb Downs. So Caleb Downs, let me talk about his...
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk about Caleb Downs' stats here. So Caleb Downs, he's got 27 solo tackles, 18 assisted tackles, and 45 total tackles. He's also got 3 pass deflections on defense. Now, let me see if I can find the special teams. I don't know what his special team stats are, but he just had a massive
punt return
touchdown. I mean, he was juking, making people miss. He took that all the way back. And all of a sudden, it's 21-7 Ohio State. Wow. Let me check. Oh, I clicked on Emeka Buka. I'll check on Caleb Downs, see if this tells me his special team stats. Let me see. Okay, let me see special teams. Looks to me like I can't really see. It's not telling me the special team stats, but this is what Ohio State does. They just make big plays.
I'll be on the mic, but you won't see me, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Man, what a play from Caleb Downs, or what a return from Caleb Downs right there. Like you said, number 1 safety, making an impact in this game in the second half. Wowzers.
On special teams. No wonder that's Ryan Day's punt return. He is phenomenal.
Did you see that spin move was beautiful?
He does everything. We just saw. He's not just a defensive player, folks. He is a
returner.
He's that guy. He's a returner.
That spin move, that was beautiful. I can't stop talking about it. That's beautiful.
Like,
my gosh, like he showed everyone his boss. That boy right there.
Yeah, he said, yeah.
He just said, I'll do it myself. That's what he
Oh,
just said.
yeah. Yeah, I'll do it myself.
That was fun, man. That's our first punt return touchdown of the 2024 season. Watching.
What? The first punt return touchdown of the season? No.
For us watching, I meant to say.
For
Us
what?
watching. Our first time watching.
For the podcast? Yeah. I thought you meant
Oregon,
the
number
season.
one.
No.
Indiana loses this game. They will drop down to number
3.
They will number 3.
Yeah.
They're trying to win this game to stay at number 2, but I don't know. It's not looking so good for them right now. There he is on the sideline.
Yeah, there's Kevin
First
Down.
punt return to TD since 2014 versus Indiana.
Oh,
Jalen Marshall.
That's actually really funny. First time in a decade since Jalen Marshall against Indiana. And I'm sure Indiana wasn't ranked number 5 10 years ago. I think Ohio State was ranked number 1 or so. Ohio State won the championship that year, the national championship in 2014. That was the last time they've won it.
They've been so good the last 10 years. They've always been good. They've always been in the playoffs, likely.
Okay, here comes Curtis Rourke. He needs to make a drive for these Hoosiers. They need something. They haven't had anything offensively since the opening drive.
I need to put this in numerical or whatever order. Yeah, there we go.
Curtis Rourke and Elijah Surratt.
Does he have a brace on right now?
To get stuff together.
He has a brace on. Yeah. I know why.
The offensive line needs to be a lot better for Indiana. He doesn't have time to get
Here's
the
a
ball.
run from Tyson Lawson for a gain of 9.
Yep, Tyson Lawson.
For his gain of 9 yards. Oh, my bad. 8 yards. My bad. 8 yards. Tyson Lawson. Man, he's had a decent game. He's not fumbled yet. Likely, though. Solid game from work right now. Takes a snap. Throws it. Oh, what a play. What a play from number 1. Davison my bad. Davison Igbenogson.
Igabosa.
Yeah, let's say that. Yeah, Igbenogson, the junior from New Jersey.
Or something like that. Okay, 3rd and 2. Indiana has had a lot of trouble on 3rd down today.
If they don't get this, they still have to go for it, in my opinion.
I don't know about in their own territory.
Yep. What was that decision?
That's not doing anything.
Number 6. My goodness.
Sonny Styles again.
You like Jalen
Ohio
Topper?
State.
Oh, Sonny. What's his name again?
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles making a big impact on this game so far.
For sure.
Making big time tackles, forcing incompletions. When that ball is thrown towards his direction, you're likely never to catch that ball. He's going to force the stop. 4th and 2, they fake it? No. Here's Caleb Downs. Can he do it for twice?
Again.
Smart move on the punter.
From this one, they won't even have him. They won't even give him a chance. They're just like, nah.
Smart move.
Well, so Ohio State is kind of dominating Indiana right now. 21-7. Wow. I mean, I don't really know what to say right now. Indiana has just gone to a standstill. They had a fantastic first drive. They drove it all the way down the field, and they've done literally nothing offensively since, except fumble the ball and muff a bunt. So, It's been a rough day for the Hoosiers, and we knew it would be with this Ohio State defense. But I didn't think it'd be this rough. I thought they'd at least have a little bit of something going. At least one. They've had one drive, but like that's it. Like these really the whole Ohio State defense, the pass rush, the secondary, everybody, they're all doing their job. It's mostly the pass rush. He just doesn't have time to get the ball out. Secondary has been pretty good. They haven't given up any big plays outside of that like first drive. Like they haven't given up any plays down the field.
Yeah, I want this one viewer. One viewer, can you please comment anything? Or yeah.
Anything. Maybe it's number one Glazer.
He's been here the whole time.
Number one Glazer. He's been here the whole time.
Man. Not looking good right now for them. For the Indiana.
Their defense needs a turnover. They need a turnover to give Indiana a short field.
Now, let me tune you in for other football games right now. So, right now,
what's going on around the league?
SMU beating Virginia 20-0. Typical. Wake Forest down by a touchdown, or down by 6 at Miami's 30, but they are 4th and 7 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, likely to kick a field goal to try to make it a 3-point game. Ole Miss is currently tied with Florida right now in the beginning of the third quarter, with Florida having the ball, but likely to punt it away. Illinois is down, trailing by 8 points behind the Rutgers. And Ohio State, of course, like we're talking, is 21-7. Georgia decided to go off these last 3 minutes, and now we're up 28-14. So looking pretty solid around the league.
Okay, well, he just cut off. So, I guess it's just me now. Well, Indiana, as we wait for Chase to get back on, Indiana needs to give their defense needs to give their offense a short field. They can't live like this to where they get a punt, they maybe make a play, and then their drive stalls out. Okay, now they're talking about Michigan, Ohio State, and Michigan is one of the last 3 meetings. So, yeah, but I think that changes this year. I think Ohio State gets to win this year, but Indiana, they need a turnover. They need to punch the ball off for a fumble, an interception, off punt for Ohio State. Something to give them a short field, and then so that they can score a TD and get back in this game. 14 points isn't a lot, but that is a strike to Emeka Egbuka for a first down. Who's the guy who I initially thought returned the kick, but that was actually Caleb Downs. Now they're going to show the replay right here. And we talked about it at the beginning of this podcast. We talked about the receiving core. We talked about Cardinal Tate, Emeka Egbuka. We talked about Jeremiah Smith. There goes a little handoff. I believe it's Travion Henderson. Yeah. Okay, so what Joe Class talking about is that they got stalled out in their first series. And even in the series that they haven't been, like even that interception that they had, they were still able to move it down the field. Like every single drive, they found a way to move it down the field. It's just a couple of those as
I'm back.
Stop
for
Indiana. Okay, Chase, glad to see you back.
Good news. I am back. That was very scary.
Bad news.
Tell me what happens. Do my little be the play by play. I gotta know. For me.
Well, they're just talking about CJ West and this Indiana front, who we've talked about all day, has a great run defense.
Yeah.
Neither team has been that great today on third down conversions, but Jeremiah Smith just made a great catch.
To get it first down?
Yeah.
So first down who?
Wow. First down, Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith. Look at that athleticism. He leaped up into the air. Great catch.
I'm starting. I don't want anything. I'll fix it. I'll make some food later. All right.
Okay. Oh, look at him pushing the pile and 5-yard gain. Oh, 5-yard.
Yeah, gain for me.
Yeah.
Second down. Will Howard, 16 of 18 so far this game. 154 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Florida is now winning 17-14 against number 9 ranked Ole Miss. Shocker.
Remember when Ole Miss dominated Georgia a couple weeks ago, and now they're losing to Florida?
I don't understand. It's like Ivy.
Ugh, college football makes no sense. Judkins powers forward, first down.
Pick up 6, yeah. Looking good so far for Indiana.
No.
A touchdown likely loses them the game right here.
Ohio State is in striking distance. If they score again, 28-7, doesn't look good.
Very scary here. That would be scary. If they lose, that sucks. But and Becca,
They got a
he's
Jeremiah Smith
Jeremiah
and a
Smith.
first down.
Oh, yeah, Jeremiah
sweep.
Smith with the big 11-yard rushing play right there. Passing play, but let's say jet sweep. 11-yard carry on that jet sweep right there. Emeka Abuka. I got their names mixed up. I thought that was Emeka Abuka. I got their numbers mixed up.
Okay, first and goal for Ohio State. That's crazy. Here we go. I think it'll probably. Looks like maybe a pass. No, they're gonna run it.
Trayvon Henderson in the backfield takes the attempt, and he'll get a nice 6 yards on that rushing attempt. Now, so far, Trayvon Henderson's running the ball really well. Has 1 rushing touchdown today.
Yeah.
It's been nice. Now, so far, Junkins has not really done that big of a thing so far. So right now, I think Henderson's doing better currently right now for him.
Yeah.
Number 85, the tight end, Bennett Christian on the ground, junior from Georgia. Man, 6'6". It's Coach Rab, basically.
It's Coach Rab, basically. How tall was Coach Rab, Chase?
6'6".
6'6", yeah.
They're so tall. I mean, if I was 6'6", I would be in the league right now.
Yeah, you would be the most unstoppable player in college football. 6'6" receiver, Chase Rodenhaber. You'd be leading college or high school football right now.
I'll be doing all 3 sports. I'll be like Draymond Green, football and basketball. That was funny. Draymond Green playing for Michigan State football is funny. He looks so unathletic.
Draymond Green with Michigan State football.
He was the tight end, I think.
I mean, he's a pretty physical guy.
6'6". You're guaranteed to make it on the starting team likely if you're 6'6".
Well, I want to look at the college football standings right now, and I want to explain the kind of the underrated teams, maybe the teams you need to look out for. So I'll look at that. I'll look at the CFB standings.
I can talk about the playoffs if you want. Likely, I think our idea on who's winning the college football playoffs has changed maybe a little bit.
So the CFB standings, you've got Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, Penn State, Indiana, Notre Dame, who, by the way, has played phenomenal ever since they lost to NIU. They've just steamrolled
Oh yeah,
through
they play
everybody.
Army today. Oh, that's a close game. I want Army to
They
win.
do play Army today, but they have steamrolled. Let me check Notre Dame's. Let me see. They lose to Northern Illinois. They beat Purdue 66-7, and they have just rolled through
I don't think they've had one close
everybody
game
ever
yet.
since.
Ever since that, I don't think they've had one close game yet.
They've just dominated. Okay, let's see. Alabama and Jalen Milroe have turned it on the past few weeks. Georgia's still going to be Georgia. They just beat Tennessee. Ole Miss, who is down against Florida, although they just beat Georgia. And then you've got Tennessee. Then you've got Miami and Cam Ward. You've got number 12, Boise State and Aston Genty. 16, Colorado. You got A&M. You've got BYU, who plays Arizona State today. And the Sun Devils, who dare I say, they have been kind of on a roll lately. They've won three games in a row. They've played well. So, and BYU just lost last week to Kansas. So maybe this is a chance for Tommy Levitt and this Arizona State offense to make some noise.
I agree here. BYU, I think though they come back from their bad loss. I think they do make this will be a close scoring game here, and I want BYU to win because I just like blue. I guess
He's like, boo. Well, BYU has
Henderson
won a
takes
lot
over
of close
snap,
games,
running.
but
He's breaking the tackle and
Anderson.
stopped at the one.
Wow.
But that's what I tell you, man. That's Trayvon Henderson, man. He's looked pretty good breaking, doing them spin moves right there.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at
I want to
that.
go back to
Oh,
BYU real
he went.
quick.
He went like this. Wait, no, he
They,
went.
yeah.
Smooth.
Well, I want to
Spin
go
move.
back to BYU real quick. BYU has won some close games, but they lost last week in a close game. So
Their
they were
first
bound to
loss.
lose one in the Big 12. That was their first loss. It was bound to happen. I think they lose again today.
Oh,
But
what's
here
his
we go.
formation?
3rd and goal.
It's fake. Wide open.
Well,
Caught.
oh, touchdown.
Oh my goodness. Number 15, Jelani Thurman.
Jelani Thurman. I have
Thurman.
no idea who that is.
Never heard of him, but he is probably just probably someone. Let me
But the
search up his stats.
route is on officially. Ohio State now ahead by 20.
Road to 50 now. That's their goal. Road to 50. Not winning this game. They're just going to score 50 points now.
And Ohio State ahead by 3 scores.
Where is it?
This
I
extra
lost it.
point will give them a 21-point lead, and they've got it.
My goodness.
28-7. The Buckeyes are rolling. Okay, now real quick, let me go back to Arizona State. If you look at Sam Levitt, is this guy for the Sun Devils has played great this year. And then if you look at Arizona State's number 1 receiver, you've got Jordan Tyson, who has also been phenomenal. He had a big game last week. I don't even remember who Arizona State played. I believe let me check their schedule, but I know Jordan Tyson and Sam. Oh, it was Kansas State and Avery Johnson. So the Arizona State defense picked off Avery Johnson twice. Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson had themselves a day. And Arizona State, they're number 21 right now. So
Hey,
watch out for them.
Andy Johnson, man, he's just a guy who's like he can be really good, or he could have those nights where he does like 5 picks a game. You know,
I know.
he's always that 50-50 player.
You know, Ohio State has 29 consecutive wins versus Indiana, about to make it 30 if Indiana can't complete a massive comeback. The Buckeyes have got 28 unanswered points right now. And the Indiana offense has done absolutely nothing since the first drive.
Can they score? They've not scored since like the first 5 minutes of the game. Okay, who's in the back for number 17? Yeah. Runs it. Oh, oh my
Yeah, oh
goodness,
boy.
Justin Ellis. Is that Justin Ellis?
No, that's Lawson or
Oh, yeah,
Lawton. That's
Trayvon
Trey Lawton.
Watson.
Or
Trey
no,
Lawton. Yeah, Trayvon
it's
Watson.
not Trey. It's something Lawton. Lawson.
Let me see. Okay, I'll see. It is my bad, guys. Tyson Watson. Awesome.
Tyson Lawton. Yep, Tyson Lawton. And then Ellis, of course,
Audible.
is the other guy.
Audible. Hands it off
Okay,
to
here's
him again.
off.
Lawton.
That is
Breaks the
Lawton again
tackle.
with a stiff arm, and he's past midfield.
Ooh, back-to-back 10-plus carries right there. That was really good right there from Tyson Lawton.
Tyson Lawton, yep.
Tyson Lawton, man, I like this guy. See what that hand. Oof. Sit down, boy.
Finally, a big run has been broken free for Indiana. They've had some nice runs today. I will say their running game really hasn't been the problem. Their problem is that they can't protect their quarterback.
Their first time back in their territory, in Ohio State's territory, since their first drive. Their first drive was 3 years ago. It's just scary. Let's see how Rourke could do now. Griff Rourke, man. Justice Ellis takes the handoff, and he's going to lose 2 yards or 3 yards on that carry right there.
Man, Ellis.
Justin Styles with the tackle for a loss of 3. Yeah, Justin Styles, man. Everywhere.
Sonny Styles is such a
Oh
good
my
player.
goodness, why did I say Justin? Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles just been everywhere on this game, it feels like. He's up there high. Sonny Styles, man, doing great. I'm just going to say his last name if I keep messing up. If they do not get this, they have to go for it.
Well, another third down and long for
Takes a
Indiana.
snap.
That has been the
Throws it.
story.
Oh,
Is
it's
third down.
dropped. Oh my goodness.
Wait,
And it's
dropped? How?
Yep.
I haven't even gotten to it yet.
Oh, I just see Miles Price just dropped the ball. Oh, I'll go back a few.
Price.
That is disappointing. Do you see the coach right now?
No.
What do you see?
I see the coach. Now I see the coach.
Okay, I'll go back. Yeah, no, actually, I think we're about to be at the same time. That was not a good play. They got to go for 4th and 11. Here's Rourke.
They have to. They
for
can't give it back to the Buckeyes.
4th for 1 on 4th downs this game. Timeout, Indiana.
Oh boy. All right, fast forward like all the way to where because I fast forward the most I can.
Okay. I think we're on the same time.
Well, Chase, we're on break right now. Today is the first day of our 9-day break that we get from school.
I used to pray for times like this, man.
You used to pray for a 9-day break from school?
And my prayers were answered.
Your prayers were answered.
No, we get to have fun, 9 days off, maybe go back to sleep.
Yeah. Well, today and tomorrow I was just going to be watching some college or some football.
More football. And we love to watch football. And guess who plays tomorrow?
See, Saturdays and Sundays is just like Saturday, college football. Sunday, NFL football.
And then on those occasions, you got Dallas Mavericks basketball.
Yeah, whatever days Dallas Mavericks basketball is.
They play tomorrow. It's the Houston Rockets. No. They play the Rockets tomorrow?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, they do. Oh, it's bad too, and they're really good.
The Rockets. I thought it was the Heat.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Miami Heat.
My bad, everyone. My bad. It is the Heat versus the Mavericks Sunday, and then a back-to-back for the Mavericks. So on that following Monday will be the Hawks. So tomorrow And the day after.
And
will
then
be
do
the-
they have a game Tuesday or Wednesday? Or Wednesday, probably?
Yeah, Wednesday, yes. So Sunday we play the Heat, then the Hawks, and then Wednesday we'll play the Knicks. Then we would play the Jazz, Trailblazers, and then we get to go back to the group stage where we play the Grizzlies. When's the last group stage game? Yeah, our last group stage game is next week. Do you think we could win the group stage finals before we even win the finals? No one who wants to win that.
You watch us win the in-season tournament, we won't. But
Who wants to win that?
I don't know.
Dude,
It'll
watch
stay.
the Lakers won it and they didn't even make the playoffs last year. Or they did, right? And they lost in the first round. Like, good news, guys. We won a championship. It was an in-season. It was an in-season tournament. Look how cool we are. Like, you're not cool. Oh, they're punting it. Oh my gosh. They gotta fake it here.
Who is the last team to play 3 top 5 teams in a single regular season?
Were you asking me a question?
Yeah, that's the Half trivia question.
What was it?
Who is the last team to play 3 top 5 teams in a single regular season?
Jeez, that's a lot. 3?
Yep, because Ohio State has played Oregon, Penn State, and now Indiana. 3 top 5 teams.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of every team right now.
Mm.
Oh, is that the answer?
No.
I don't know. Alabama probably has to be one of them.
2011 LSU.
I had no clue.
They played number 3 Oregon, number 2 Alabama, and number 3 Arkansas. Arkansas was number 3
so
in,
good.
Arkansas
so
was number
good.
3 in 2011. So 2011 LSU played 3 top.
They used to be so
5
good and now
teams.
they suck. Good carry. That's only a game of 3. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're ahead of me now. Because it does not matter that you're ahead now. Because I don't think it's even going to get close.
No. Can you pause it for like 3 seconds?
No, you're ahead of me.
I am?
Yeah, I just got the LSU question or answer.
Oh.
Now I see it's second and 7 for me.
Oh.
So, yep, it ain't going to be. It doesn't matter. It'd be funny.
I'll pause it for you though. 1. So
Hands it
you're at least a
off.
little bit closer.
Justin Ellis gets a 2-yard, 3-yard pickup. Yeah, just 2-yard pickup right there on that little.
Tell me
Stop
when
the
you're
pass.
about to snap it.
Yeah, because right now it's 3rd down and 2. And
And 2?
that or 3rd down and 5. My bad. 2:35. They're about to stab it soon. I see the coach right now with his hands like this. And now I think I'm ahead because now I'm on Spectrum. So now, like, zoom all the way ahead. Like, go where you are, like right now, and go back to your live. Go to your live version right now.
Okay.
Like, fast forward all the way.
I'm gonna watch this little pass deflection. Whoa.
Okay, why are you warming up your arm, dude? Like, you're not going to make a pass. He runs like he's never run before. What do you see right now? Like, when you're ahead or alive right now?
Well, I'm slightly behind. Okay, here we go. 1st and 10.
Motion, audibling, change play.
Motion.
Motion.
There's pressure, and he's sacked again.
Damn. By number 44. That's his second sack of the game, I think.
Jack Sawyer and Tim Aladu. Indiana's offensive line has been completely outmatched by this Ohio State D line. I mean, there's just nobody for them that's blocking them.
It's just like your cones.
There's just nobody blocking them, and Curtis Rourke
Or traffic
goes
cones.
down again. How many sacks is that for Ohio State? How many
Probably
sacks do
17.
they have?
Probably 17.
Let's round forward for a little bit. It's just a disaster for Indiana right now.
Can
We
you
thought
pause
this
it
was
for
going
like
to
2
be a
seconds real
close
quick?
game.
Can you pause it for 2 seconds? Or go back for 2 seconds? Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you need more protection. Let me look at their stats right now on the defense. So, Bryce, I think they're going to lose the game.
Pressure again.
And he
sack
sacked second time. Number 33.
Jack Sawyer. He's
Sawyer.
another standout on this D line, and it's
Sawyer,
another
man.
sack for Ohio State.
You say Jack Sawyer? Did you just say Jack Sawyer?
I mean, he just gets by him
Right.
and a sack.
You say Jack Sawyer?
Yeah.
Man, let me see how many sacks they have. My phone fell. My phone fell around.
Just right up the gut. Another sack.
My goodness, that's like the third. That was the third and fourth interception this game, right?
Poor Indiana. I feel bad for all the Indiana fans that came out to watch this catastrophe. And that is the end of the third quarter.
28-7.
Indiana fans putting their fours up.
We'll get them next year.
We'll get them next year. This is like the best team they've ever had, and they're still getting just completely dominated by Ohio State.
Even any good team would probably lose to Ohio State. They had a chance to be.
How did Oregon beat Ohio State? Remember when they only beat Idaho by like 14 points in the first game?
Because
They only beat Idaho by like 14, and then here they are dominating Indiana.
It's because Will Howard decided to take a slide with 3 seconds left. Instead of maybe having a chance to go for the end zone, he decided to slide with less than 3 seconds left, and they had no timeouts.
Yeah. He decided to slide. He's like running around 3 seconds and he slides and they lose. Oh, Will Howard. That could have been the difference between an undefeated season. Now they still had quite a few yards to go. Who's ever watching this right now? Leave a comment in the comment section. Oh, he's gone.
And 0 people watching us are going to have fun watching us.
I think they're so bored of the game, like we can't even make it entertaining anymore. Chase, you say I got a haircut today?
Huh?
I got a haircut today.
I know. I noticed that at the verse, and then I forgot. You're going to find something. What time did you get it? Like earlier this morning?
Yeah, I walked into Sport Clips at like 9 a.m.
I'm trying to I want to get a haircut like next month because I'm letting my hair kind of get grown out, right? And then I'm gonna get like a fade on the sides here and get like a thing called a fringe. It was where it changes my hair, but it's gonna change it, and I'm gonna find a barber because Supercuts. When I say hi to them, they hate me because they like instead of like if I say cut a little bit on the sides, they go, "Oh, you want all of it gone?" And they cut everything off.
Chase, nobody's watching right now.
Sad day today.
I think a lot of people were watching the beginning because it was like a contested game. like a half decent game, but now it's like so boring, so one sided.
One viewer just show up so I can. Well, then, Joe. I don't know what to do. I fell in love with you. You do.
We still have a whole nother quarter to go in this little broadcast thing that we have to sit through.
Yeah, I think we should call it day. I think we should go for the day. Goodbye.
All right. Oh, we have a
Oh,
viewer.
viewer, please don't be a bot because there's probably bot viewers. Look at me, buddy. I'll make I had eye contact here. Can you please, pretty please? I'm begging you, buddy. I'm begging. I'm begging here. Leave one comment just saying hi or something, or ask a question. I do not want to see that one turn into a 0. But I want to answer some questions.
Eye contact. Whoever this person is, eye contact.
Punch the ball.
Leave a comment.
Oh my goodness! Don't do it. Caleb down. It's Caleb down. Oh, he already did some spin moves. He went like this. He went and he went like this. Ready? This is a cool spin move. This is how he does it. Ready? He goes like
Oh,
this.
that's a nice spin move. Whoa, another spin move.
One viewer. I'm begging, brother, buddy. Please, I'm begging. I'm begging. I'm like, look at me. My finger's messed up, so my finger looks like it's crooked right now. So I'm begging right now. I'm begging. I'll do anything.
For him to
I'll
comment. For
I'll
this one
subscribe.
person to comment.
Yes. I want to just ask us any question. Ask us who is our favorite basketball team, football team, baseball team, anything, any sports related question, or anything that's not related to sports.
Any question, anything. What's your favorite restaurant? We can talk food on this podcast.
Yeah, there's no more sports anymore on this at this point. You can
At
literally
this
just
point,
ask
we're
us.
not talking about Ohio State or Indiana. We're talking about what's the best fast food place.
No, honestly, I think Wendy's. I'm just kidding.
Wendy's.
I had Chick-fil-A a few nights ago and it was pretty good. And I had Wingstop a few nights ago. That's pretty good, like
I haven't
usual.
had those Wingstop fries in a long time.
And they're so good, but with the blue cheese. Blue cheese is honestly, I'm starting to like blue cheese. I never liked it before. Now I like it.
Now you
I
like
just,
it?
yeah, I don't know. It's like a sweet flavor.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Ooh,
So there goes Quinn Judkins, first down.
Quinn
There's
Junkins.
still 14 minutes left in the game.
I think he still score 50 points on them.
Indiana's offense has been a
One
disaster.
viewer, either you're deaf or Helen Keller. You might be Helen Keller, but I'm begging Helen Keller. Leave a comment.
Two.
Please. Other viewer. Hey, look at me, buddy. Look at me. What was? Viewer, leave one comment. No! Why do you leave?
And Indiana stops that run.
Please.
The one viewer that's still here, say something in the comment section to get us
I
excited
think they're
again.
just
We're kind of
NKC at
bored.
this point.
Two people. Okay, got it.
Hey, everyone, stay, don't leave. Make eye contact with me right now, okay? Whatever you do,
Oh.
do.
Blue cheese on chicken fingers is the best. All right, Chauncey
Thank you.
boy.
Yes, I'm starting. I never liked blue cheese, like my life, but now I'm like, sorry. I had it for the first. Like I tried it right for the first time, really, at a movie theater with my friend, and we ordered chicken wings, man, and I tried the blue cheese, man. It was so good. Wings and blue cheese or ranch is one of the best combos in the world right now.
Blue cheese on chicken fingers is the best. We went from talking about Ohio State and Indiana to chicken fingers and blue cheese and ranch and stuff. Like,
I think
thank you for leaving a comment.
Yeah, you can
Giving
leave if
us
you
some
want, but
interest because there's still 12 minutes left in this one
yeah, we have
side
12 minutes
affair.
left to beg people for questions. It's like us begging for money.
Because after this game, we're not doing we're not gonna have another podcast today.
Yeah.
We've done two in less than like we've done two like
In less
we
than a
started
day.
a podcast at like 9 last night,
Yeah, and then we went to bed pretty
and now
late
we're doing
around
another one
12.
at 11. So in literally like 10 hours, we've done like less than 14 hours. We started 2 podcasts. Most food is better than this game.
That is so true.
That is
That is
so
so
true. That is so
This
true.
game was honestly, most people expected this game being a blowout, though. And I did not expect it to be a blowout, right? But other people, though, before the game did expect this game to be over a 50-point loss.
Oh boy.
Or
They
what
just
happened?
Will Howard just threw a strike across the field to
Yep, I
Emeka
see it.
Ibuka. He
Oh,
was wide
Emeka Ibuke
open.
is just talking trash now.
Yeah, on 4th and 1, that's a big play. But
So, new
it's
viewer,
normal.
do you like blue cheese on chicken fingers? Or what chicken fingers? You like blue cheese ranch? What do you think, other viewer? You're here. We're talking about sports and food here. So we're living the life.
Mostly
So
food at this point because as Chauncey Boy said, 87.
Chauncey
Most
boy,
food is better than this game.
I can name 40 foods right now better than this game right now.
Better than this game. Okay, in Ohio State history. Oh, never mind. We missed it.
Yeah, only for a second. No, go back. We got this. Wait, Will Howard throws it. Oh my goodness, I had a chance for being intercepted.
Okay, most career receptions for Ohio State looks like Emeka Ibuka's
Other
got
viewer,
100.
are you wanting to answer that question on also from
Emeka Ibuka has got 180 career receptions. That's 4 more than Chris Olave.
Chauncey boy? I ask you another question to see if our other viewers will answer, because you're pretty good at asking these, man. Now, I gotta say, what if we're muted? That'd be so crazy. I know. Ask a question, man. You have good questions here. Now, what's the worst combo? Like, I know people don't often do it. Wait, there's a flag. Most people don't do ranch and pizza. Now, I only do it if it's what's it called? Domino's ranch, which I had Domino's last night.
You had Domino's last night?
Pizza.
Huh.
Pizza not. So, other viewer. 2 viewers here, buddy. Come on. I don't know if Chauncey left because you really can't see. I'm begging, man. I'm begging y'all. I'll give you, I don't know, $1,000.
$1,000.
I just can't believe it. Bryce Underwood, smart though. Who would reject a $10 million deal? Maybe they offered him a little bit more money.
Well, it was also in his hometown, Michigan. So
Do you think he rejected? They offered him a little bit more money
I guess I don't know what happened.
because he declined $10 million. $10 million to literally not even suit up yet. Are you kidding me? Like, he's not even played one game yet in Michigan, and they're already giving him the money, the bag.
They're already giving him more than a lot of NFL players.
He got more than Brock Purdy's salary.
How much is Brock Purdy's? Alexa, how much is Alexa?
$950,000, I think, or $998,000.
10.5 million, and you haven't played a snap of college football.
He just made 10 years worth of Brock Purdy's salary.
Gosh. Alexa, how much is Brock Purdy's salary?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Brock Purdy of the San Francisco 49ers is expected to make $840K this year.
Yeah.
For any team bonuses for postseason.
He's only expected to make $840,000 this year.
No, dude.
Why is it that little? I feel like
because he's still on his rookie contract.
He is still on his rookie deal. Yeah.
So then he's going to sign a big deal, probably likely with another team or with the 49ers again. And he's going to sign over a big deal.
And because he was originally like the 3rd string guy, so that's why it's not very.
He was the last pick in the draft. So you're not going to get that much. You're only going to get probably around only $400,000 if for the last pick or something. Like, how much does the last pick make?
I don't know.
How much?
$2.5 million before you even stepping foot onto a college football field. That's crazy.
Pick make.
So now it's 3rd and 21 for Ohio State. Now this game's over. Indiana ain't coming back.
No way. Oh yeah. Okay. So they make between a $4 million $4 million to $4 million to $4.13 million a year on their rookie contract for the first 5 years. which makes sense though because they're only getting paid $800,000 a year. So their salary. Oh wait, this one says $4 million. Known as Mr. Robot will be assigned to a 4.9. Imagine that. $4 million a year to just be a backup, or not a year. My bad. 4 years over 5 years. That's more than people make in their lifetime.
What if Bryce Underwood ends up not being good?
Well, then they messed up. They can't get the money back now. Money's gone. It's already in his bank account. He's already left. He could take it. I'm out and transfer. No, not how it works, but you know what I'm saying. He could purposely be bad and transfer. Now, viewers in the chat. Now, who do you think is the best?
Late round pick rookie contract is not a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, compared to a first round. So 4 million to 4.9 million to 4.13 million for their first contract. I'll show you what a first round pick makes. How much?
Hey, by the way, Shotzi Boy 87, are you subbed to the channel? Are you subscribed to this channel? I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, thank you for staying for so long, man.
Thank you for staying. Are you subbed to this channel?
So a rookie makes around, we'll sign a 4-year deal worth around $38 million. $38 million deal.
Wait, how much money?
For the first pick. So this is comparing the first pick to the draft to Mr. Relevant, right? He would sign a 4-year, $4 million deal. The first round pick of the 2024 draft will sign a 4-year worth around $38.5 million deal, including a signing bonus of $24 million. Bryce Young signed his deal last year was worth up to $37.9 million. That's a lot of money. That's more than I've even seen in my life. I've only seen.
And how much is that for a top pick in the draft? 37 mil for a contract?
For the first round pick.
For first round pick, yeah.
And comparing that to the last pick, you're getting 37 mil. That's a signing bonus too. Did you see that signing bonus from Caleb this year? When he signed like a $24 million signing bonus. That's when isn't that a signing bonus when it automatically gets transferred to you, right?
It's something like that, yeah.
And that's comparing their signing bonus. They don't even get a signing bonus. Their signing bonus is more than their whole NFL contract. Now, $4 million is a lot of money, right? But in NFL money, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not at all. That's how much kickers make. Kickers are useless sometimes. I'm just kidding. How much do kickers make? How much do you think they make? Okay. How much does Harrison Butker, who's the highest paid kicker of all time now?
So you're saying the late picks in the draft make as much as a solid kicker is what you're saying?
At the position wise, let's say that. Because you got to go by based off the position, really, you know? You can't, you can be a kicker signed to that deal, but then, okay, Harrison Butker, his $6.4 million per year.
And then Brock Purdy, the last pick in the draft, said only makes $600 something per year because he's still on his rookie deal. Now, obviously, his next deal is going to be 100 times more than that.
Yeah. Brock Purdy will make over a lot of money. Okay, here's the field goal.
So a 45-yarder for the Buckeyes is knocked through. So they make another little drive, and that makes it 31-7.
So, Bryce, I think Indiana's going to lose this game.
Unless...
So, guys, I'm asking you two viewers a question here, okay? Who is y'all's favorite college football team?
If you have one, or if you're just watching just to watch.
Or if you're not into sports, who is your favorite college? What is your favorite college?
Yeah, signing bonus is up front. Big contract is the second. Big contract. Second. Big contract is the second contract. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
So that's cool though. Caleb Williams had a 24 or 20 around a $20 million upfront signing bonus, man. That's more than literally a player's contract. That's just crazy, man. He doesn't even have to play well, and he's already going to get that money no matter what.
Yeah.
That's what's so risky
for
about
signing,
drafting
yeah.
players. That's so risky for players, or teams, right? It could either go out really well or it could be really bad. Myles Garrett, of course, has been worth the pick of that first round pick for the Browns back in 2017. 2018 was who? Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. Kyler
That did
Murray
not work
was in
out.
20.
19.
No, he didn't work out in Cleveland. Kyler Murray was the first round pick. Hey, shout out to the OU DNA. 2 Sooner quarterbacks, 2 straight years, #1 overall draft picks. And
Now
then
2020 was Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, yeah.
2021 was Walker for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who's never
Trayvon
turned
Walker
out.
from Georgia, yeah.
He's not turned out at all. He has been not good. No offense, but he's just not. 2022 was who?
I don't even know. Where's Indiana gonna drop in the rankings?
They're dropping down to 7 or 8. They're not going to be top
I
5.
think maybe even more. I think they dropped down to
11
9 or something, 9 or 10 maybe. I think
11. The
I
lowest
think they'll
they
probably
go-
drop down 5 spots to 10 or something.
I
like
think
that.
the lowest they go here is 11, right?
10 or 11, yeah.
That's the lowest. The highest they don't go, or the highest they stay, 7 or 8.
There's
7.
no way they only drop 2 spots. They're at least gonna drop to 9. I feel like at least 9, maybe all the way down to 11, but I don't really know.
My phone fell again.
Oh my gosh.
BYU, not if
Yes.
they lose this game, they're out of the top 10. They're out of the top 10 for sure. Who else?
Well, I talked about BYU and how they've won a lot of close games, but they lost their last close game to Kansas.
So I think Indiana. So Penn State, of course, will stay there. Wow, Indiana 10-game win streak. They would, of course, drop behind Notre Dame, Alabama, Georgia. Now let's say Ole Miss loses. Indiana goes to 9. Ole Miss drops all the way down to 12 or 13 because Ole Miss is playing Florida right now, and we'll see what's happening in that game. Ole Miss. Let's see. Ole Miss football is currently tied 17-17. Unless they start the gas and start driving the driver's seat here, they're likely to drop down in the rankings even if they win this game by 3.
Yeah, I've noticed that if you win in close games, you normally don't drop a lot.
But that's usually for the top 5 seeds. But let's say you're a top 15 seed, like so some 10 to 15, or no, let's say 10 to 20, right? You only won by 2 to a non-ranked team, you're likely to drop. But
Well, you'll drop, but not all of that much.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're going to drop a little bit, right? I'm not saying you're going to drop a lot. You're going to drop down a little bit. But the difference is in college football in the top 5 is that even if you beat, like what happened with Oregon, they beat Wisconsin, not even close to being ranked, and by only 3 points. And guess what? They're still number 1.
Yeah.
So like same with Texas right there. They beat Vanderbilt, and they were still they only beat them by 3, and they were still ranked number 1. Already overrated on schedule. They're probably dropping to 10, assuming other wins. Yes, I do. Very overrated now. That schedule, they played this is their first. Look what happens when they play their first ranked team. They get demolished. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Ohio State. But you're 10-0, ranked number 5. At least make this game close, right? And you're not making it close.
Yeah. Their offense today, 6 pass completions, 5 sacks allowed. Just not good for, like you said, 10-0 and number 5 in the country. You can't be getting demolished like this, even if it's Ohio State.
It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
I feel like you've gotta like we said at the beginning of this podcast. They haven't played anybody good. They haven't played anybody
the only
in the top
team they're going to play
25
ranked all year
up to this point, and I said this jump to Ohio State is going to be difficult. And look what's happened. They have gotten blown out of the water.
They're only
So
going to.
they are
Yeah.
They are kind of overrated. They can be so much better than this. They just need to fix their offensive line.
Line, yeah, and
Their
make
their
better
defense.
decisions.
They've given up some big pass plays in the secondary today. Their run defense has been pretty solid, but their pass defense hasn't been good. Their offensive line hasn't been good. They need to clean up the turnovers and the miscues. Those haven't been good. Those have been off. So yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of cleanup for Indiana, but this is a very hard team they're playing against.
yeah. Their next game will be against Purdue, which is going to be an easy win, but it's not going to help their case at all. You're playing a non-ranked Purdue team who's one of the worst teams in the league, or my bad, yeah, league. Let's say that in the nation. Let's say that they're one of the worst teams in the college football right now, and you're gonna make it. Yeah, I think they're gonna drop down to 12 likely now because I think teams are gonna get better around them next week too, so they could drop down a few, maybe 2 more spots after that.
Yeah. Well, there goes a quick throw for a first down. It's just too little, too late. Down 24. There's with 6 minutes left. Still.
Embarrassing, man. You have
Yeah.
another question, or my bad. Yeah, I have a question because we'd like to answer them. Now, we did talk about the Heisman winners earlier. If y'all want to go play back to that, we did talk about the Heisman and what our thoughts on who's winning or who's close to it, or who are they going to be the runner-ups basically for that? Because there's going to be really no runner-up. Like, yeah, there's a runner-up for the Heisman, but then like this is like the first time you really see where you can say both of them could fully win, right? And let's say let's say last year Ashton Jesse would have won it, or Travis Hunter would have won it last year. You see, so if you put them in 2 different years, they're gonna win it. Now this game has just been pathetic from Indiana since the first quarter. After that rushing touchdown from Ellis, no one's scored ever since. They've only been in the Ohio State's territory once, and as they run the ball here and get a pickup of 3.
Yeah. Well, now they're showing their miscues. So it's the muff
Oh my god, that was funny. He was so
oh,
shocked.
and then it's the big kick return by Caleb Downs.
And that was a really good play too, because the way he does the spinner, he goes. I just love spinning my chair.
He's just spinning your chair.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm actually in the NFL now. I'm sorry if my voice keeps cracking. It's or I keep like talking weird. It's because I lost my voice, guys, from last night. So yeah, I almost got really upset about the Mavericks when they almost choked that game. I almost jinxed us twice, up 4 points, and I jinxed us by them missing and then shooting a 3. Nicole clearly, obviously fouled D-Live too, though, in that play. But the refs suck when they ref us. And they call our game. Oh, there goes my phone. 4th down. 0 for 1 today. What's winning for?
4th and 1. Oh wow, it's a keeper.
Did they get it? Yep. Oh yeah. He's going to get a lot of yards for this one. Oh my goodness. It looks like they're going to come back here. 4 minutes and 30 seconds, down by a lot. They're down by 24. Down by 24. It's crazy. Well, other viewers, y'all got any other questions? Chancey, you got another one? Or you even have a question? I don't think you even asked a question. Y'all just think of any. We answer them. Ask us our
We
thoughts
will
on it.
answer them, even if it's about food.
Anything. We like to answer questions. See, can we
Indiana
keep?
just hasn't been able to
Oh,
do anything passing the ball.
you're
at
wearing
all.
gloves. Like, don't drop that. I'm wearing gloves. I won that.
It's clear Indiana wasn't as good as we thought they were. I feel like that's kind of an easy catch that a top 5 team would make. This isn't a top 5 team though. Not down 31-7.
Yeah, just embarrassing.
Just embarrassing. Maybe they can make. Oh my gosh, they can't even catch a pass. They're not even doing the little things right.
Jeez, that's 2 times, man. 2 back-to-back drops.
And Indiana has been so dominant. We talked about it at the beginning. They have beaten everybody, steamrolled through almost everybody, won games 10-0 all year. We talked about they've got all these guys. They've got
So many drops.
Curtis
Wait, yeah.
Rourke at
Wait, did you read that
quarterback
already? So many
position.
drops?
They've got
That he
Elijah
said?
Surratt at receiver. They've got all these. Talked about the defensive guys.
Yeah, I don't think they're really trying to catch the ball anymore since there's so many drops. I don't feel like they're not even trying at this point, which is shocking. Ooh, Elliott, or ooh.
30-out conversion for Indiana. About 3.5 minutes left, and
They get on the ball quickly.
hopefully these 3.5 minutes can just elapse in the game, and no, because there's a flag down.
God, they're making this game a little longer than
I
it should
know
be.
it's like they're trying
Okay,
to
guys,
stretch
since
the
this is
game.
very boring, we'll talk about other games now. Okay, ready?
Okay, let's see.
SMU is currently winning 26-7 against Virginia, and with 4 minutes left in the game. Sorry, my thing's like being mean to me right now. Okay, my phone is falling on me too. So mean to me. UNLV beats SJSU yesterday, 27-16. Wake Forest decided to crumple under pressure, and they're losing 14-35 with 3 minutes left in the game. Florida is beating Ole Miss 24-17.
Wow.
Shocking.
Wow.
Illinois trying to make a comeback against Rutgers, down 22-24 with 13 left in the fourth quarter. That's over. Let me go back here. UMass down by 17 points with 7 minutes left to go in the third.
Yep. Chauncey Boy says so many drops. Very true. That's a lot of drops this game. He also says, "Who's your pick to win the playoff this year?" Gosh,
Me and you did this, remember?
don't
Yeah, I
know.
think we. So for me, since we discussed this already, so I'm not going to say he's winning. Sorry, I'll say who's winning. Okay, my two contenders will be. I'm a Texas Longhorns fan, right? But I got to be realistic sometimes in these stupid college football because everything hates Texas. And so I do have Georgia versus Oregon in the college football playoffs. Oregon's the only team to beat Ohio State, who's arguably the second most dominant team, right? Besides Oregon, they're the most dominant team in football. And they beat them, right? So who can really compete with them? I think it's gonna go down to the wire in that Oregon versus Georgia game, right? And I have it as Oregon comes out on top. What about you,
Yeah,
Chris?
I think my three are Georgia, Oregon, and Ohio State are my three
Yeah,
favorites.
at
Texas,
least
of
two of those
course. But
three teams are making it. Two of those two are making it.
good news for us. Only 2 minutes left in this boring game. 2nd and 9 for Curtis Rourke. It's a pass interference. Once these 2 minutes elapse and the game ends, we will end this podcast because I'm not willing to sit through another game like this.
Yeah, Georgia, who lost to AL and Ole Miss. Okay. Yes, you talk about those bad games, but you look how dominant they are after coming off those losses. Now they're up 17 against what's their name?
UMass.
UMass. Now they have allowed 21 points, but they look dominant that game right there. Maybe besides Georgia, maybe just
They've allowed 21 points to UMass? They only allowed 15 to Texas. Texas scores 15 against Georgia. UMass scores 21.
You see, because Texas, they actually try against ranked teams. So, except for Ole Miss, but that's it. Georgia, yeah. Maybe besides Georgia, I got Texas. Then, if I'm going to be biased, I'm going to have to put Texas instead of Georgia. Then, but that's me being biased, of course, And
And
Texas
then,
is
of course,
likely.
you've got Oregon and Ohio State.
Oregon.
What
Ohio State.
about like Penn State? I don't think they're really going to make any noise in the playoffs. Penn State, I
They're
don't even know
good,
what
but they lost.
They're good, but they're not like
That good.
good enough. Like they're good,
They
but they're
play
not good
Minnesota.
enough. You know what I mean? They blow out easy teams, but then they play Ohio State. They couldn't really get much going offensively aside from like one drive. But I really do like Tyler Warren. I think he's one of the best players in the country as far as like non-quarterback goes, or like one of the best tight ends in the country. Tyler Warren, Drew Aller's always going to be solid. Nick Singleton's always going to be solid for the Nittany Lions. So they're good. They just really struggle
Maybe they
to win
could, though.
big games. James Franklin has been known to lose all the big games. They can't beat Ohio State. I don't think they'll be able to beat Oregon. I just don't think they'll be able to. They may win a playoff game. I don't think they're able to win the big games, though, against the really tough teams, even though they can beat all the other teams. They just don't.
Yeah, everyone does
enough.
have flaws this year. Now, only team that I don't think has a really big flaw is Oregon or Ohio State.
I don't see a flaw in Ohio State or Oregon, really.
Really, that's it. And then and Penn State did give them a chance to run for the money right there against Ohio State. They did only lose 20-17 against on November 2nd over.
I think it was 20-13, I believe.
Yeah, 2013. And
but one of those was a pick six for Penn State. They only scored one offensive TD.
Yep, they always do. You know,
Penn
Penn State actually has a chance though to make the playoffs this year for the first time ever, right?
Yeah, but Penn State always comes up short in the big games. That's very
Man,
true.
I wish I would have seen
That's why I don't
Saquon
think
in the
they're going to make
playoffs
a
with
run.
Penn State.
They always come short in the big games. They've always been good, not good enough to win the most important games. Always fall up short somehow. If it's the turnovers, if it's their offense not showing up when it matters, if it's their defense. Although Penn State's defense has really been their strong suit, but it's like they in that Ohio State game they couldn't get the stop to get the ball back. It's like they just let Ohio State run the clock out and they lost the game. So they always come up short somehow. Meanwhile, Indiana scores what? Indiana has scored a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
All right, guys, real quick, everyone, wait a second.
Has scored.
Indiana, what are the odds of that?
Indiana has scored.
His second of the game, or is that his first? No,
Tyson,
his first.
That's his first because Ellis scored the other one, but Tyson Lawton.
So Tyson Lawton in his first of the game has done pretty solid this game. The senior out of New York.
And Ellis has got one as well. So Indiana, 31-14, still down by 17. The game's still over. But they're going to go for two, try to make it a two-possession game.
We'll see if Oregon really has it against big-time SEC. Yes, they do, because look at that Ohio State game. They held up against them. They played better than them. They won the game. That was their biggest challenge all year, and they beat them. They almost lost to Boise State, right? But Boise State's a top 16 ranked team now, and they've looked pretty solid, even though they played nobodies. Takes a snap, looking, throws it, and it's wide open.
15-31.
Cooper Jr. Amari Cooper Jr. for the 2-point conversion. Yeah,
well, that was still a nice drive, capped off by a touchdown run.
That was a
Gets it, bounces it to the outside, and then scores.
That was a nice throw from him right there.
Yeah, 2-point conversion. So here's the thing. The score isn't going to look, a lot of these games, the score is going to look better than how the game actually was. Like,
yeah, that's what everyone talks about.
If you just check the score and say, oh, they only lost by 16, that's not that bad against Ohio State. It's like, well, it was, because they scored 8 kind of towards the end. And if watch them like recover an onside kick and then score quickly after that, they're still down 2 possessions. The game's still over. Ohio State needs an onside kick recovery that will ice the game. But We'll see if Oregon really has
I
it
know.
against big SEC teams. Yep.
They do.
Yeah.
I think they do. The
Well,
playoffs is a big momentum shift there because anything could happen.
yeah, Georgia, Texas, all those A&M, all those big schools, Tennessee.
Because you could lose a game to a
Illinois.
non-ranked team like Notre Dame, but you could still arguably be one of the best teams in football.
Yeah. It's all about who you beat. Like, I know that sounds silly, but it's about strength of schedule and who you play versus who the other teams play. And that's ultimately what the committee looks at is, okay, who did you play and who did they play? How much did you win by against a top 10 team? How much did they win by against a different top 10 team? Did you dominate the games you were supposed to dominate? Did you win a few close games that shouldn't have been that close? So that's a lot of times what the committee looks at to decide. It's all about strength of schedule. That's why a lot of SEC teams get in over MAC schools, you know what I mean? Or like that's why Florida State didn't get in.
Florida State,
And
man.
strength
You
of
know, they
schedule.
got to consider what it's like going to be in the playoffs if you have a team right there. Are they as good as without their quarterback Jordan Travis? And you could tell they're pretty dog crap without him.
Florida State has just been a disaster. Offensively, the whole season they've been horrible. Defensively, they've also been pretty bad, like really bad. They've allowed a lot of teams to kind of do whatever they want against their defense. Florida State. Or did you choke versus Vanderbilt? Yeah. Yeah, you know, if they look at Alabama at the end of the year, okay, well, they lost against Vanderbilt. Shouldn't have lost that game when they were the number one team in the country.
I don't think they should be up high ranked because they almost lost to South Carolina, who didn't have their best player on the field at the time,
Yeah,
or one of the best players, and then you're losing to Vanderbilt and you're making games that shouldn't be close, really close. They should not even be ranked at
well, they
number 8
only
right
beat
now.
South Carolina because it was crazy. Because South Carolina drove down the field, scored a
The
crazy.
freaking onside kick too,
They
and then they get the
scored.
2-point conversion.
South Carolina scored a TD, didn't get the 2-point conversion, recovered an onside kick, and then threw an interception. So Alabama barely survived that game. As we check out Will Howard's highlights, he's been fantastic today. And then of course they lose to Vanderbilt, so that's again what you got to look at for Alabama. Not like they haven't had any good wins, and there goes Travion Henderson, and he just slides down to end this game.
Told you, Travion Henderson is honestly the better running back
Yep.
out right now. This game, he had a great game so far.
Well, he has been the better running back today. He just had a massive run right there.
Because he actually did things that what's his name? Who was the other running back? Sorry, RB1.
Quentin Judkins put a great run by Travion
Something
Henderson.
he couldn't do because like every time Quentin Judkins ran, he just felt like he was running into a brick wall. But then when you see Henderson running, right, he just made adjustments, right? He decided to avoid the tackle. Also, Chancey says it was a rough stretch versus Vanderbilt, SC, and Tennessee. Yes, it was a rough stretch, but they did easily. They did. Oh yeah, they have 3 losses. No, they don't. They don't have 3 losses. They have 2.
He just decided to slide and say, "All right, let's end this game. Let's end this game."
Now, honestly, they shouldn't even have been close to losing that game against the South Carolina. You know why? Because it was 3rd down, right? And they were in their territory. If they get a first down, they slide right, they win the game, right? But if they score a touchdown, they only make it an 8-point game. Guess what happens?
What?
Receiver catches it, takes it to their crib. Even though if he catches it, slides, right? They win the game. They just take a knee, they win the game. You don't have to worry. He stupidly decides to be selfish here and do it. Current, oh my goodness, honestly,
Let me check out this. Let me check out this comment real quick by Chauncey Boy. It was a rough stretch versus Vanderbilt, South Carolina, and Tennessee. Yes, that's very true.
I do hate that. Yeah, I know. He could have had a second rushing touchdown of the game, but hey, he's here for the team. He's here to let the team win, not be be cocky and be disrespectful. He's a guy who just wants to go home.
Yeah. Now they're just going to do a little Eagles tush push, but let me get back to this comment real quick. against the Tennessee game. The Tennessee game was like it was kind of back and forth. It was like Tennessee would do something, Alabama would do something to respond, and it was Tennessee that game who made the big plays at the end, who really kind of they
They showed
scored
up when
and
you
then they
needed
put
them.
the game away with their defense. They executed at the end of that game. So yep, a rough few games for Alabama as Will
And yeah,
Howard
Chancey, that's what they
punches it
should have
in and
done.
scores.
That's what they should have done, though, man. Just take that slide and just be a team player. Not make this game closer to It doesn't even matter if it's close enough, right? But um, if it's like you're up by 5 and you get the first down and you have a chance for a wide open, rushing touchdown, you want to slide. You do not want a team having a chance to come back, right? You want
Yeah,
to slide, take the knee, and win the game.
yeah.
So
Who was the guy who went into the end zone? Was that Justice Hill or Jalen Milrow? I don't remember.
for who?
For Alabama.
Oh, the receiver. Ooh, I forgot, but he was a receiver. So he was like, so basically it was third down, right?
Okay.
The receiver catches it, and he really should have slid, right? Because it was after the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
All he had to do was slide because they had no more timeouts. He decides no one timeout, but he decides to just keep on running, score a touchdown, and now they're only up by 8. Still left time for them to come back. They get the 6, but it led to all of this,
Yeah.
which stupidly was not smart by him right there.
Yeah. Well, he should have slid. Will Howard, by the way, 22 for 26 for 200 yards and 2 TDs.
Kentucky versus
And-
Texas.
All right. He didn't want to slide there, but he knew it was the right thing. Yeah, Henderson definitely wanted to score, but he decided, I'll just take the knee, I'll just slide, let Will Howard punch it in and end the game.
I think they look happy on the field right now.
Yes, the South Carolina onside kick was crazy against Alabama because it was like it looked
It just
Alabama
talked to
had
them.
like 3 guys that were supposed to fall on it. It was like one guy tries to get a second guy, third guy, it like pops out of 3 guys, and then here comes South Carolina, dives on it and recovers and
I
gave
went
them a
crazy. I was
chance
jumping up and down.
and then gave them a chance to win the game off an onside kick recovery for the Gamecocks, but then they threw the interception and lost. Still
That was a way
still
better
sick
game.
onside kick recovery.
That was a way better game than
Than we
way
thought
better
it would
game
be,
than
yeah.
the Texas and Oklahoma game that happened later that day.
Oh, it was terrible.
That was funny though because
It
that
was
was
so bad. So bad.
man. I was just hate Alabama so much because they're so good, but they're not as good as they were in the previous years because
Sideways spinner. I don't see that much compared to the high school bounce version. Wait, what?
Huh?
What? Wait,
Oh
Chase.
wait.
Wait, Chase, do you get that?
Are we talking about the game still?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Wait, what do you mean? Can we like some clarification? Like sideways spinner. Don't see that one much. Oh,
think-
the onside kick. Yeah, I got you.
That's what he's talking about. I was so confused for a second.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
too.
The sideways spinners, honestly, I feel like better when you're kicking onside kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when you do a high one, you have the ball in the air as high because that happens very rarely because then you're going up for the going high, right? When you're going, so what you should do, right? If they do a highway kick, right? What you should do is, let's say you're kicking it up high, right? But the receiving team, you always want to slap it out of bounds. If it's coming to you, don't try to catch it. Try to slap it out of bounds so you don't have a chance to fumble the ball. Was spinning sideways for SEC, must have kicked it into the ground for a bounce. Yeah, bounce, yeah. So some guys, people like kick it in the air, right? To try to jump it high in the air
Yeah.
to get it. But also, if you do a sideways spin where it goes on the ground, it's kind of hard to because you go on the ground, right? It starts spinning. It could go anywhere. It's off your foot, goes anywhere. But a highway bounce, it's really just going in the air, and it's basically just trying to catch it. And
Yeah.
that happened. One play, of course, that happens is the Packers and Seahawks. That reminds me of it when you do it, but it's very rare to do that. I feel like
Well, I think
I
those are
could
the
be wrong.
two most effective methods. It's either the high kick, you kick it high, you hope they drop it, and then you get it, or you do the little sideways spin,
Yeah,
get
it's
it just barely 10 yards,
on the
and
ground.
then dive on it, hope it bounces around, and you get lucky. So the spinning sideways kick for South Carolina, yeah, most teams kicking to the ground for like a bounce type. Oh, that's another one too, to where they like kick it into the ground. It's like bouncing all over the place. That's another one. But nonetheless, the Ohio State Buckeyes has
Man,
just won. I don't even know what was the score. 31 to
31
15.
to
31 to
15.
15. The final score. Ohio State demolishes Indiana, makes light work of them. Ohio State today, they only allowed 148 total yards. That's their fewest versus a ranked opponent since 2007 against Michigan.
That was a good game for Ohio State, not for Indiana. They showed them who's the number 2 team in the country, showing them what it's like to face a real opponent in the and see
Yeah.
38. Oh yeah, 38. My bad. Yep, 38 to 15.
38 to 15. Yes, 38 to 15. The final score in Columbus.
In Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Now we could go real quick before we log off here.
21-point win for Ohio State.
Ohio State. I'll tell you their. Yeah. Did you already say that or no? Real quick before you both leave your viewers. So Curtis Rook finished off the game with going 8 of 18 with 68 passing yards. Will Howard goes 22 of 26, 201 passing yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Really good game for him, I think. Is that really good? But good game, solid game, right? Ty Son Watson, 15 carries, 79 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. Trayvon Henderson has 9 carries, 68 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now that's pretty good for only 9 carries. Elijah Surratt with 3 receptions and 40 yards for leading receiving yards for Utah, Indiana, and Ibaka, right? Ibuka gets 7 reception, 80 yards, and 1 touchdown. So for the team stats here, total yards, my goodness, Ohio State crushes Indiana. They get 316 yards compared to Indiana's 151. Wow, 201 passing yards, of course, for Ohio State. Only 68 for like it's not that much. Rough when a QB has fewer passing yards than the other team's rushing leader. That is really bad.
That's rough.
Ohio State was dominant, 5.7 yards per play, only 2.6 per play for Indiana. I did miss real quick 115 rushing yards in total for Ohio State compared to 83 for Indiana. They, of course, wow, Indiana got more first downs that game. Comparing 16 to 14. Now, they actually were, if I do the math right here. Yeah. So I think it was it? Yeah, I think maybe Ohio State was more efficient on 3rd down. By far, Indiana and Ohio State were kind of the same efficiency on 4th down. They went 2 of 3. They went 1 of 2. Total plays. Indiana had 59 total plays. So they had the ball more, basically. They punted the ball 5 times this game. That's a lot compared to Ohio State's 2. They had 3 penalties for 10 yards, and Ohio State had 8 penalties for 68 yards. They fumbled the ball once. Ohio State was the only team who threw an interception, and Indiana had the ball 1 minute longer than Ohio State. That is what happened this game. So basically, a summary of the game is that Ohio State is the second best college football team, and Indiana is just not who everyone thought they were. They were, no offense, frauds. Indiana just proved that they were frauds, and it's okay to be frauds sometimes. They're going to make the playoffs anyways, probably likely if they, crush Purdue and do that, right?
Went out, yeah.
But that is it for today.
Yeah, final score, Ohio State 38, Indiana 17. This was a
15.
fun one. We
What was it,
don't
15?
normally do college football. We always do NBA basketball. Maybe someday we can do a college basketball game or an NFL football game. Leave your comments. What should we do? What sports?
Yeah, Chancey, you
should we
should
do?
follow or subscribe.
Yeah.
to us.
Subscribe if you haven't already, and that'll just about do it.
That is it.
For
And
Chase Rodenhaver, I'm Bryce Holland.
you guys have a great day.
Have a great day. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.